The Goonies. Are they good enough? I don't know. We'll find out. Welcome, everybody, to the Proper Jeremy channel. We will be watching The Goonies and also having a very nice and healthy debate, something that has not really been seen very much lately. And hopefully this will be a great refresher because this will be this year, I believe. Is it the 35th anniversary, or did it come out in 1985?
85.
Oh, okay. So it's the 4th anniversary. Okay. Yes. And I'm very much looking forward to this. I've been looking forward to this for quite some time. And with me today, I will start out with the Birdman himself, staring at this thing. It looks like this bird is going to be feeding him. We don't know, but we'll find out. Jesse, Exaggeration Nation, welcome to the channel.
How you guys doing this fine evening? I am a fan of the Goonies. Hits me right in the nostalgia button. I don't think really any introduction of me is warranted. I'm just a guy. I ate a whole lot of salami today. No gay. And I ate a foot-long corn dog today, also no gay. But I'm just enjoying life right now. And now I'm sitting down with waiting on my movie to start, and I've got a sandwich and a half of, once again, salami, ham, and bacon on it. Yep,
no
more
cheese?
salami. Oh, there's cheese on there. There's cheese on there, and mayonnaise as well.
What kind of cheese did you go with?
I just went regular American today. I was tired. I walked around all day at it's called the Florida Strawberry Festival. Right here, there's a town here in Florida, just thousands of acres of strawberry fields all over the place. And so when they have their harvest, they bring everybody in, have this big 11-day fair, and just, oh my word, it was just every fat guy's wet dream.
This right here is why I'm going to win this debate.
Well, speak of the devil, Salty, go ahead.
I am the Salty Nerd. I am the host of the Salty Nerd podcast, and I despise this movie with such a burning passion, and I cannot wait to dismantle your nostalgia tonight. This is the first time that anybody has ever heard me rant. I do not do rants. I think rants are stupid. You heard me, YouTubers. So this will be the first night I'm going to talk about something that I don't like so much that I'm probably going to end up ranting. So be prepared for some extra.
Oh, what's up? Hey, can you start over? I was totally not paying attention to you. I was eating salami.
You enjoy your meat, sir.
And I would be remiss if enjoying your meat was not compared to this lovely avatar that is Shaun Stackhouse Reacts. He seems to be enjoying the meat that is given to him, and he seems very surprised. He's very surprised by this conversation, and wrong hole. Anyways. Shaun,
you're not going to shame me into changing my avatar.
No, absolutely not. Like, don't you dare do it. Anyway, go ahead. Introduce yourself to everybody. All right.
Sure. After that introduction, yeah, I'm Shaun Shackhouse. Well, actually Stackhouse, but apparently Shackhouse now.
Did I say that? I'm so sorry.
Oh no, it was a stream last night. Oh. they were giving me all kinds of alternate names. So. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a Goonies fan. It goes back to the nostalgia of my childhood, and I'm probably looking at it through rose-colored, glasses. I'm sure I am, but yeah, I'm curious to see how the film holds up. But I remember it fondly.
Yes, and it seems like that you are a very objective individual. You have friends that like The Last Jedi, which is why I invited you on the panel. Not just for that, but I feel like I respect your opinion enough, and you're a newer member of this, very fine community. And I'm very happy to have you here today. And also joining us, one of the people who I first thought of when Salty said I hated the Goonies. When Salty Nerd said I hated the Goonies, and I told you this about a month and a half ago, and you said you wanted to do this. It was going to be like you versus Salty. Superdivorce, the one half of the synth pop duo and was a part of the Council of Jeremy's a couple of weeks ago. And I'm honored to have you back again. Superdivorce, Nicholas Villars.
Thank you.
My fellow Ohioan.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for joining me.
OHIO, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm confused about this entire thing. I don't understand how this can even be happening right now because I don't know what there is to I don't know what there is to say negatively about this movie. I'm intrigued. So I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me, and I look forward to this. Whatever. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what to expect. I've never had to defend my my enjoyment of this movie. So,
no, I'm totally out of my league too, man. I'm right there with you.
Yeah. I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, and that's why I'm very excited about this because I have not heard Salty Nerd be as salty as he has been about this since the Temple of Doom. I mean, wow.
This is way worse than the Temple of Doom.
That was
my God.
Yeah, I would have to disagree.
Oh, my
word. Say Temple of Doom is way worse.
Oh my God, we're gonna get into this.
Dude,
this is gonna be amazing. I have a great feeling about this, guys. I have a great feeling. All right, are you all ready?
I'm ready.
We're gonna start. We're gonna start at the 0-second mark. I'm seeing the Warner Brothers logo right now. Everybody in the chat, thank you all for joining us. Before we start, thank you to Hallmark Channel Jeremy. Ruthie, you're amazing. Star Wars for Life. Big Steve is in the chat. Eric Rahala, thank you for joining me. Jason Clark, thank you for joining us as well. Thank you for joining me, Superdivorce, Salty Nerd, Shaun Stackhouse, and Exaggeration Nation. Let us begin, all right? In 3, 2, 1. Are the Goonies good enough? We'll see. So I already understand that Salty already hates this.
Yeah, so let me before this thing gets really started, let me preface this. I do not enjoy children in movies. I specifically do not enjoy children who can somehow magically outsmart, outwit, or fight adults in movies. It just doesn't make any sense. My suspension of disbelief goes right out the window. It's not possible. It's a stupid movie.
Okay.
Realism is a thing with you.
In certain cases. There are exceptions. I do enjoy Stranger Things. Somehow they managed to pull that off, but it's mostly because Elle has power, so it kind of excuses. But when you're talking about non-superhuman kids, none of this movie makes any sense. All right, so
he's hanging there.
He's got a guy hanging.
Yeah, he's hanging in there.
So what kind of freaking low-budget security guard is going to get tricked by this?
It's
this guy.
It's just a local police officer. You know, they're not in San Quentin here. It's
And where's his buddies? He doesn't have any other cops in the area that are going to come out.
Now, I don't understand how he could knock somebody out with that little stupid move. I'm a karate instructor of 7 years. That is the biggest love tap I've ever seen.
It's
because
an old man.
Spielberg said so.
Oh God, he's out.
He's a frail old man.
Where are all the other guards? What's happening here?
What about that old man in the driver's seat?
Lunchtime.
That's a woman. That's a woman. Respect women.
Are you
sure? How did nobody see this? I will
apparently, that's a 600 square foot jail, by the way.
Yeah.
How did nobody see him?
Are you guys helping me? I thought you were defending this movie.
No, I said they were at lunch.
Where's the other guards? There was one guard for the entire county jail.
They're at lunch. You just said that.
They're at lunch.
They're eating. It was lunchtime.
Oh, the door's locked. Here's some slapstick comedy.
Jacob.
Go through the.
His name's Jake.
I will quote this entire movie. Please don't get mad if I start quoting the movie as it happens.
That's not how fire works.
Not only that, it's a stick shift. Okay, cool, respect. But come on, you can't just jump it. You can't.
Why is she wearing gloves, by the way?
I don't know.
Driving gloves.
Evidence.
Oh, now, okay, so where these
people wear?
Set off an alarm. Where's this cop coming from? What's going on here?
Have you not heard of driving gloves before?
Somebody
was up for donuts.
Is she eating cheese?
No, it's a saltine.
She's eating cheese.
It's a saltine.
It's the saltine cracker.
Yeah, she's
Corey
having a small
Feldman,
pain.
best credit of the film. I will be perfectly honest. I love his performance.
Yeah.
He's a really great musician too. Said no one ever.
And he looks very much like Michael Jackson these days.
Yeah. My kid's watching it with
So are we getting Terry Green right here?
me. Let's see.
Yes.
That's a nice car, by the way. The 6.0 liter
Where's Alita?
Jeep XL or XJ. Those are nice cars. I got to give them that.
Salty, do you even hate the music in this movie? Do you hate the film score?
I can't really pay attention to that right now. I'm too busy destroying the rest of it.
I see.
You know what? The music is probably the least.
I'll give you this though. It is no Back to the Future. You want to talk about a nice score for a film? It's nothing compared to Back to the Future.
Agreed.
Well,
yeah.
nothing is compared to Back to the Future, really.
No, but it came out around the same time.
Yeah, same year.
Okay, true.
Similar demographic.
So I think I'm a little ahead of everybody. Where is everybody at right now?
They're on the
She's
docks.
coming up out of the water.
What are you doing? The crab. What is going on?
She's bobbing for crabs.
Here's my boy. Here's Batman.
Yeah.
None of this stuff works. What is that? Oh my god.
Salty. It's called suspension of disbelief.
It's gone already, dude. It's gone.
Well,
it's Shaun.
so
I feel like you have to view it at least through the lens of like the target audience at the time.
Yeah. I was the target audience when I watched this, and I hated it then too.
Well, I loved it. I didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah, me neither.
I wasn't dissecting movies and citing my suspension of disbelief when I was 8 years old.
I don't know, dude. I just don't buy it. It's just so.
Speaking of the Temple of Doom.
We were? What's up?
Oh God.
Where are you?
Am I a little ahead of everybody?
They're driving out.
They're in the race.
They're in the race.
Yeah.
Out on the beach.
Yeah. What's the timestamp? I think I got a little ahead.
4 minutes and 52 seconds.
And what
I'm at
seconds?
57.
Oh,
I'm at 4:57 now.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah, we're right there.
10, okay. All right, beautiful Oregon.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
I think we're all within maybe 5-10 seconds of each other.
Yeah.
That still does look like a West Virginia mining town.
It does. This doesn't look anything like Oregon. What the hell? It doesn't look like there's a beach anywhere in sight.
Directed by
we
Rick.
got.
There's something.
By the way, can I just do this right now? Rudy. 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 Rudy.
What is that telescope pointed at? Can somebody tell me what that telescope was pointed at?
Oh, you
Hey,
know
what's
what it is.
Thanos doing?
He's getting ready to snap. He's working out his snap muscles.
Yep.
Thanos is benching or pumping iron. Yep.
No, that's not what you said, you idiot. How is he
doesn't
stronger
even.
than him?
He doesn't even sound like Thanos, even though he's like a younger guy here. He just doesn't sound.
I don't know if he was an adult yet.
Yeah, I don't think he was. Almost, but not
Oh,
quite.
there we go. Okay, that's better. I thought for a second he was actually going to be able to hold it down.
I think it's strange how long Josh Brolin went between like this movie and then becoming sort of the mega star that he is now. I mean, he did movies in between this and, I guess when did he have a
Men in Black
resurgence? Probably.
3 is
Yeah.
when I
God.
remember him really resurging.
Me too.
What about, what was that? Yeah, I guess that would have been before No Country for Old Men, right?
2011? No, that was 2011. But
He played.
When was that? I don't even remember.
He played George W. Bush in that.
no,
W
that was
one
Sam
time.
Rockwell.
No, that was Josh Brolin.
No, you're talking about Sam Rockwell is the one in the recent one that was released.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Brolin was in the, I think it was
He
an
was in the
Oliver
movie.
Stone movie.
It was called W.
Yeah. Yeah.
So didn't
Yeah.
this? Never mind.
What?
No, I was going to say, didn't this kid's crazy now, right? That Corey guy.
Yeah.
He just runs his mouth.
all right.
He's crazy. He's nuts now.
Is this the
He's
moment?
kind of a
right,
weirdo.
get ready.
But you know what?
Hold
Get
on.
ready.
What is this? This is the moment,
Everybody
right?
be quiet.
Oh, shh.
See, this is just being a dick.
It is, but this is what kids do.
Shaming.
Fat shaming.
Here it is.
There isn't even that much jiggling. It's actually kind of a shame,
It's a terrible thing to do to somebody.
It's just, I mean, kids being
And why?
kids, man.
And what the? And what the hell is this? What?
Oh my
I'm
goodness!
confused why this contraption even exists.
He's a
Their
big fan
parents
of
are
the,
very trusting people.
Why
do you
can't he
call him?
hop the fence?
Because he's set up his Rube Goldberg machine. You know, he's a big
Oh my god!
mechanics fan. He's
Did that that whole thing relies on a chicken laying an egg?
Apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, what if that was like premature? And he shuts the door in front of him. Oh,
wow!
I love that Pepsi can.
Right.
Yeah, product placement. That's actually very classic.
Make sure
I
the Pepsi
want to see it.
points towards the camera.
They brought those classic cans back like last year. And
Yeah,
I
they
was like,
did.
that's really cool.
Oh, I thought they brought back just the bottles.
No, they had
their
their
cans too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He brought back Crystal Pepsi for a little bit too.
They did, much to my delight.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody actually, I remember somebody drank like a whole bottle of that. It was vintage. And
Oh yeah, I saw that video.
That dude, I can't remember his name.
I just remember him barfing like crazy.
Dude, he has a funny YouTube channel, but I think he's taking a break because he's kind of miffed with YouTube. Do they just have like a regular line tethered between their houses, or is he going on an electrical line?
I don't know.
Specifically for the thing. Why do they have a naked
He
statue?
didn't break anything, and this is actually really funny.
Oh, he just broke. Oh no, he didn't even break the statue.
He broke the dick.
We got to.
I don't care what you have to say about this. This is fucking funny. This is hilarious.
I have a great story about this part. In 4th grade, we got to bring a movie in, and you know, at various times, a certain kid would get to pick what we watch, and it was my turn, and I brought the Goonies. And at this part, my teacher like ran across the room and turned it off. And like brought it back to me and had to turn the lights on. The whole thing was ruined. It was like, no, we can't. She went insane, and it was a bad time.
That's okay.
These parents are just cool with like the destruction and all these weird wires and.
Well, I mean, they're displaying his statue.
It's just what kids do. What did you do when you were young?
Not this.
Yeah.
Well, I feel sorry for your childhood then.
I talked about movies and stuff with my friends.
Can I be honest?
Yeah, we were ziplining between houses.
Yeah,
you didn't live the life, Salty. Apparently.
Apparently, I didn't grow up in Northern Oregon.
Did you not go out and no adventures? No,
I had a huge
going through the
backyard.
woods and
played in the woods, and I had a tree fort and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Well, yeah, that's Goonies stuff. I mean, on a smaller scale.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I guess the point of this movie was to make it on a grander scale.
Yeah. It was like everything that you wished you would get into. You know, every kid wanted to go looking for treasure or, you know, get in some sort of big.
Yeah. There's subtitles now because his mouth is full. That's hilarious.
See, you like something about the movie.
See, something tells me we're going to be meeting somewhere in the middle here.
This part's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I always love this.
The marijuana.
The speed and the heroin in the bottom.
Cocaine.
Separate the drugs. Oh my god! How did he know about all this?
He knows how to speak Spanish, but his mom doesn't.
Yeah, how
That's
did
not
he
his
hire
mom.
her? How did she hire her? How did the?
That's
Don't
not his
look it up.
mom. That was Mikey's mom.
No. I mean, how did
All right,
Mikey's mom hire her?
Her arm. What's wrong with her arm?
I don't know either.
Did they say?
She probably
She
tried
got
to
that from
zip
working
line
in a
herself.
brothel.
I think that's honestly an unimportant detail.
Plot hole.
I need to know.
You know, it would be a plot hole if she switched arms in each scene. You know,
That's like a Mel Brooks thing.
Oh, really? Like
Yeah,
little
Mel Brooks,
tiny
like
thing?
whenever he did the Young Frankenstein, and
Oh,
Igor was there, he would switch sides with the hump. He did.
Oh, that's funny. That's
yeah,
actually really funny.
Spanish lady.
When they did, what was the other movie? Men in Tights. The guy that played Prince John had a mole, and he would always move the mole between takes.
Oh yeah, that was pretty funny. You guys keep talking about better movies. It's making me jealous.
That'll be our next stream then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Young
We're just planning for the
Frankenstein.
future.
Young Frankenstein in 1 month from now. It'll be
It's
that
kinda
time of the
sad.
month again, guys.
I've never seen that.
I've done 3 commentary podcasts, and all three of them have been for movies that I've freaking hated. I need to switch that up.
I'm gonna address the chat real quick.
Jesse Miller, yeah, he did. That's how she hurt her arm.
What did he say? Like,
he said, "Sex dungeon in the attic is how she hurt her arm."
Oh, that is so good. Oh my God! Speaking of the chat, thank you, Flip, for joining us. Flip actually made the thumbnail for this video. Huge shout out to him.
Great
and
job,
he has a very, very low rate of doing thumbnails. He will do it for anybody who asks, and it's at a very low rate. $5 for an easy one, $10 for a hard one, and he will. Jesse, that was good. Oh, Mary's here. Hey, what's up, Mary? And Flip will give you multiple versions of one.
Nice.
Of a thumbnail, and he's awesome.
Can I just comment that these kids talking over each other and yelling over each other is like super annoying?
You know what? It reminds me of the Senate streams.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's the predecessor to YouTube.
The DJD show is here, eating KFC, drinking beer, good times. Absolutely, that is the life. Oh, Thomas Gilkey is here as well.
I love that kid. Kid, Thomas, I'm sorry, I should have called him kid. That was not my intention. I love that dude. Thomas, you're my boy.
One? Oh, Thomas. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's awesome. Thomas, if you want a wrench, you have to ask nicely. So do you, Big Steve. I don't care how big you are. You don't scare me. You have to ask nicely, like everybody else.
You know, I only had a wrench one time when I was monitoring a live stream. The very first thing I did is accidentally put somebody in timeout for 300 seconds.
Yeah. Yes, you did. Oops.
Okay, so they've been like yelling and talking over each other for the last good 3 minutes or so.
I have not been able to follow this, and now Mouth's tongue is in the pain.
What the hell?
It is kind of gross.
I'd totally do that,
Josh
though.
Brolin is being a smart cookie here.
Oh, look at this.
Dang.
Oh, braining.
Found the old tome.
This is what I do in Skyrim all the time. I just sit down and read books.
While playing Skyrim?
Yeah.
You have like 4 arms? Are you like one of those grasshoppers?
No, you can actually read books in Skyrim in the game.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh.
I have a collection.
How do they have all these cool stuff? Did they not like think of selling some of this?
Their dad works at the museum, and these are he has volunteered to keep the items that they're not displaying in his attic because they ran out of room to store them. So he's like the curator for this museum nearby.
They have all that stuff.
Oh, they discovered the map. So he's a curator for the museum, and why exactly do you think they decided to go up here? Just for funsies?
Yeah. It came up that his dad had all this cool stuff in the attic, and that's what they started yelling about. Everyone wants to go up and look, and Mikey's trying to tell them, no, that's his stuff. We don't need to go up there. And then that's why he's kind of butthurt the whole time.
And Jeff Cohen
counting down 4,
up again.
3, 2, 1, and drop.
There you go.
Sure.
Oh, I'm a little ahead. All right.
Yeah, you need to pause it for like a second.
Yeah, I did that.
Maybe 2.
Yeah, let's put our greasy fingers all over the 300-year-old map.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's how you retain value.
What's the Spanish junk?
I don't think anybody's really into defending this movie now. It's just we all recognize what's going on here. But I love it.
They just happen to have the guy who speaks fluent Spanish. That's perfect. That's good setup. I'll give you that.
A lot of Spanish speakers up in Oregon.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's just Corey Feldman. I thought they were all in California, but no, they moved up. They've hiked north.
Whew.
I've heard of a one-eyed Willie.
Man, that is some top-tier acting right there. Wow. One-eyed. What are they looking at? Is he looking out the window?
He's peering into the distance.
Oh, my
He's
God.
a child actor.
That is contemplation at its best.
Look, he keeps going back to it. It's like, I have to finish this speech by staring at this.
He's hoping somebody's going to make like a statue of him and put up in their city one day.
Yeah.
So he's posing for it. Braces and all.
You know, the only reason he got this role is because Patty Duke was his mother.
Who's Patty Duke?
She was an old-time TV star back in the day.
Yeah.
Is that how he got cast in Lord of the Rings as well?
No, by that time he probably had some clout. That's probably why he's on Stranger Things now. His career is going nowhere.
3PO, what's up, man?
They killed him.
3PO.
Oh, drunk 3PO's here. Hey, what's up, dude?
Oh, they did kill him off, didn't they?
Yeah, they killed him off. Spoiler alert, season 2.
Yeah,
Dudes, I've got
that.
a wrench. I'm so excited.
That was
I'm
sad.
not going to push anything, though.
I liked his character on Stranger Things.
I
He's a
did
good guy.
too. Yeah,
I did too.
I actually really like Sean Astin's acting for the most part, but I have to give him a little bit of leeway for this.
Yeah.
One of the guys must have gotten out with the map.
Here comes Chester Copperpot.
Oh my god! How much stuff?
Oh yes.
That's what I named my goldfish, Chester Copperpot.
That's what everybody should name their goldfish. Oh my god, this music. Oh.
You don't like the music?
No, this music.
I love the music in this. It's fantastic.
It reminds me of 80s. It just
What's wrong with that?
screams 80s.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
No, it's just like I can tell, with the synthesizer that was really popular, and now Corey Feldman is dressed like Prince or something. I don't know what he's doing. When he's dressed up in that little dress.
He's got a pirate outfit on. Jesus, people begging for wrenches in the comments.
Dude,
come on, people.
I think they really lost it whenever I got one. It's like, dude, you can't just give Jesse one. That's it.
3PO, we're at the scene. We're at the 3, 2, 1. We're at the 20-minute mark.
20 minutes.
They just got out of the attic. Drunk, do you want to come on for a second?
There's adults. Let me hear what they're trying to say.
Is your mommy here?
Mommy here. What a douche.
He sucks.
He's gone in the snap for sure.
Quiet. The adults are talking. Oh, how nice.
They're polite. That's
Thank you.
good.
Yeah, hey, you're going to be evicted. Congratulations. Goodbye.
Enjoy your homelessness.
No, the penis already broke, 3PO.
Yeah, that's old news, man. Still funny news, but old news.
It was probably
Remember when that
favorite
happened? No, never mind.
What? They're going to get their balls
What?
out?
That was nothing.
What?
Nothing. I can't remember what I was going to say. It was something stupid. Wasn't
I'm
laugh worthy, so I
sorry.
just took it back.
No, let it all out.
Retract.
Yeah, this is definitely West Virginia.
See, I told you. I freaking told you.
Isn't it next to the ocean?
Yeah, supposedly.
West Virginia doesn't have a coastline, dude.
No, it looks like it was filmed in West Virginia.
Oh, film.
Have you ever gone on the highway and you just see all these random houses in the hills surrounded by just all these trees?
Yeah, I used to live back east. But that's the ocean, so I don't think it's filmed in.
Well, I know, but like the background, aside from the ocean.
It was actually filmed in Astoria, guys.
I think they CGI'd the ocean on there.
I
No,
didn't
Before
say
CGI.
that.
They actually filmed it in Astoria, in
They
Oregon.
really did film it in Astoria.
Yeah, you can look it up.
What's the fat kid doing?
That's awesome. I'm just saying the houses look like West Virginia if you exclude the ocean.
Oh, God, this dialogue.
That is something that I would probably have done to somebody who was stupid enough to sit on the sink.
Oh, that map looks like really new for a
It's got holes in it, man. Leave it alone. That's what she said.
Oh, the perfect thunder strike.
Dun dun dun.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Are you really saying "oh no" about Cyndi Lauper?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my god.
So
Piss poor take.
I never realized this in the past.
No good.
Cyndi Lauper, the theme song to the Goonies is actually in the Goonies. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yep. Believe it or not,
it's a
here's a
real
little
thing.
known fact. My wife went to college where Cyndi Lauper also had a short stint in college.
Oh,
And
really?
That's cool.
rumor is that she was kicked out for making Boom Boom in the auditorium with a guy.
Oh.
Boom Boom, guys.
Boom boom.
Hashtag no boom boom.
It's got a
Man,
great
it's a good
music.
thing they got those springs around them because that is really tough to get out of.
I want to say that it probably doesn't work.
Yeah, it
That is a
doesn't.
great music video, by the way. It's got some 80s wrestlers in it.
Yeah, directed by Steven Spielberg, apparently.
That's not how tires work.
That is not how tires work.
Why is he still sitting on the chair?
Why doesn't he get up? He could just like remove it.
It's
and
the
just
springs, man. That's the one thing that can stop Thanos.
That's how
Why didn't Thor think of that? Man, those stupid Avengers.
Springs from the Goonies. Yes.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
Dude,
in
if that
game.
happens, I will be so satisfied.
That's what Brie Larson does to him. That would be great.
Oh my goodness!
Now he's on his back.
He's on his back.
She's not even letting him out of the springs. That's messed up. Thanks, Mom.
You can't say Ayuda No?
Nobody's gonna.
The flag is half-mast.
No, they're taking it down. What are they doing?
Oh.
Okay.
It's just.
Why was that shot in it? What was the
I think he's
showing
he
him?
might have been putting it back up. And they were saying hi. That was Mikey's dad.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
okay.
was Mikey's dad.
All right, thank you for clarifying that.
No problem.
Oh, his tires are flat. Oh man.
Even though it looks totally plated right now.
Now he needs another bike. What's he gonna do?
Take the
Look at
ball.
the girl.
I know what he's gonna do.
Oh,
In
he's
true Thanos style.
He took his friend's sister's bike.
it still has training wheels on it.
He's being a toxic male.
25 minutes and 30 seconds, 3PO.
Yes.
Oh god, they're still bitching at each other.
Well, you know what? That's what kids did. I mean, I don't know if you remember growing up, but I remember riding my bike all around all the time.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean I rode my bike, but I didn't like. I don't know. I didn't bitch at my friends the entire time.
Oh, not the entire time, but you know.
Well, Chunk's bitching because he's whiny.
hungry.
He's hungry. Yeah. He's scared.
Well, I mean, he's always scared, but I mean, but
He's
what
using
happens
his
later?
Hold on. We got a plot issue here. So earlier,
Yes.
in the film, they just everybody and their brother has looked for that treasure and never been able to find it. But 4 freaking Nimrods show up and say, "Hey, look, there's the 3 rocks on the map." Like,
You know how that can be explained? A deleted scene. And then the Superman guy is just like, no, we don't need that scene. Goodbye. Off with you. Yeah, Brand?
Thanks for reading the chat. There.
Is his name Brand?
I think it's Brandon because that's what his
Oh,
mom
that's
called
what I
him.
would
but-
think too. Just like they branded him with that name. Oh my God! This would
That is a killer grip on his hand right there.
Why would you even continue?
Look
By the
how
way,
hard he's holding him.
I want to address the plot hole that Salty supposedly just pointed out. At one point, they said that everybody and their brother had been looking for this treasure, and they knew about Chester Copperpot. Well, they know about him, and they see him later. Spoiler if you haven't seen this before. So maybe it was kind of common knowledge that those rocks lined up with the doubloon, but once people got to the location where this restaurant is, it was kind of like, well, we don't know where to go from there. So it was It was a mystery that was never solved.
When they found the this looks like the medallion from the Ark of the Covenant.
Kinda, yeah.
It doesn't. What are you talking about?
It kind of does.
No, the medallion.
The gold medallion with the diamond in the middle?
Yeah.
No.
Just like I can totally see Sean Astin burning himself and being like, "Oh, here it is," but not see through, obviously.
Guys, I will be right back. I've got to go kiss my children goodnight.
Oh, you do you. Oh, yeah, absolutely. That is a great father. It's a son of a great father.
The first set of caves were the underground water pipes.
Yep, the pipes.
Alert.
It reminds me of Harry Potter. The pipes. He's using the plumbing.
Oh, I've also never seen Harry Potter.
Oh my god.
Really?
None of them?
Not a single one of them.
There's like 20.
I know.
No, there's like 8, but you know.
Okay, so
Okay, half of 20.
what made him go to this house? Was there a clue? What's going on?
No,
It lined up.
restaurant lined up. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Superdivorce.
Oh no, same thing you said. The those rocks lined up in the doubloon, and then it all kind of fit.
What's it doing opening the ball?
Salty, I expected more from you. This is pretty tame.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a dismantling.
Yeah, what's up?
So far, my nostalgia is fully intact here.
I don't know how, dude. These line deliveries. It gets worse as we go, especially when they start fighting the adults.
As kids' movies go, I think the acting is pretty good in this.
That's what I'm saying. There are no kids' movies that are good.
Well,
Stranger Things has definitely set the bar high, but in the 80s, kids' movies, I can't think of anyone that was actually good.
There would be no Stranger Things without this movie.
I agree. I understand where I know. I agree with you. I'm just saying.
All right, I am back, and we're still rolling. They're coming to the restaurant, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Just reach
Comparable to this movie, I'd say, is like Monster Squad, and I love Monster Squad.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
That's a great one.
I've never seen that movie.
Oh, dude, it's a classic.
Why is he
I don't think he wouldn't. I don't think Salty would like it.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Because they're not just overcoming adults; they're overcoming like universal monsters in that movie. So
that's why I would suspect that Salty would hate Stranger Things, but
it's because okay, so with Stranger Things, Elle has powers, so that kind of sets up a little bit of an advantage. But for the most part, anytime the group of kids gets into trouble, they usually end up over their head, and then an adult has to come and rescue them.
Do you hate it?
Yes, 3PO. You're absolutely correct. The first set of caves were the underground water pipes.
No,
Thank you, Soy-Based Jeremy, for joining us.
I'm not really into horror movies.
What about E.T.?
You know what? It's been a really long time since I've seen that.
The new It, I think, the one that is already out, the newest one. That one reminds me more of like Stranger Things than a straight up horror movie. You might like it if you like Stranger Things.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
Monster Squad?
No, the new It.
The first one, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Second one's gonna come out in October, right?
This guy's a Bond villain, isn't he?
Something like that.
Roger Moore, Bond villain.
Is that Roger Moore?
No,
it's not Roger Moore, but he was a villain in one of the movies, I think.
Was it one of the newer ones with Daniel Craig?
No.
No. It was, I think, of the Roger Moore era.
What?
Oh, really? That far back?
Well, you have to remember this movie was 85.
Yeah, I just didn't know.
Roger Moore was Bond up until the early 80s.
I'm not a big Bond historian, so
What's he doing? What's he telling this lady?
He mouthed off to her.
Why is he?
That's not a lady.
What's that?
No.
That's a dude.
This is actually really terrifying.
Is that how kids react? They stand there and shake their heads with their mouth on their. What is going on?
Yeah, I would probably run.
Yeah, running. There's nobody stopping them from running away. They're just standing there like it looks like a cartoon, like you'd see something on like Scooby Doo.
Yeah,
they don't want to.
Chunk again falls out of the chair.
Yeah, that's just Chunk.
Why are they not running away?
Because they're trying to find the treasure If
I know,
they
but
run away,
they just found somebody just threatened them with a knife. They don't care about the treasure anymore.
of course they do. They're going to get evicted. They gotta find the treasure. They're
That's
not
right.
getting homes anymore.
Got to save the house.
They're sacrificing themselves.
Honestly,
Very noble.
Honestly, this just shows how great that Mikey, how great Mikey's friends are.
Yeah.
Here's your water. It's like apple
They're
juice.
whiskey. It's whiskey. It's wet. Drink it.
Drink it.
God.
Drink what that man gave you.
God, they're all gonna get freaking
That's what she said.
tuberculosis.
It's like, it's wet, isn't it? Drink it.
Daddy Long. He's afraid of Daddy Longlegs.
Yeah. I always love that she gets
That's a great scene right there. He's pouring the things.
I love that Mama Fratelli got slightly offended when Chunk's like, "This isn't the kind of place you want to go to the bathroom, is it? Why not?"
I just realized this. There's a little stream on the wall. Bathroom. You follow the stream.
They're just letting these kids roam free. There's they just kidnapped kids. Basically, they just kidnapped 4 kids, right? Is that
That's
they're
typical back in the 80s, man.
I mean, they have standards. These criminals. They don't want to kill children.
Come on, you can't defend that.
I can.
They just freaking what's the word? They just not kidnapped, but held for ransom. What is it?
Well, things were different back in the 80s. You could do that back then. Times have changed now.
No.
Yeah.
No.
This is back when you could legitimately human traffic somebody.
Yeah, that's my exact reaction when somebody sings opera to me.
This poor mumbleard is getting abused.
He's looking right at him. Oh, no, never mind.
Oh, what is he doing? Oh, I would have screamed. Screw that.
Well, you're also not Sean Astin.
Oh. This is just disturbing, honestly.
It is really weird.
Got this poor freaking mentally challenged guy tied up in a basement with chains like a freaking monster.
It's supposed to be slightly disturbing, I would say.
Yeah. It's just
I mean, that's the whole point. When you see him later, it's supposed to have a payoff.
And watching it for the first time,
he has an uncanny ability to wiggle his ears whenever he wants.
Wait. When the hell did Josh Brolin come in?
He just walked in the building and nobody noticed.
And
he
then
uses
they're
one
saying,
of the
now
Infinity
they're
Stones.
kicking him out?
Whoa. Did he negotiate for the release? What's going on here? Exactly. Oh, I like her now.
Yeah.
That is true. It is true.
I thought he was dead when I first watched this. I was just like, he just fell off a cliff.
That is a big fall. That
Josh
really was like
did get
attempted
very
murder.
dirty.
What's everybody's timestamp?
It's for me, it's 36:12.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
All right, 3 You have the link if you want to join, but kids suck equals salty. What?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sometimes there are exceptions.
I think his mom cuts his hair.
I'm trying to think of
I
other.
think so too.
That is mom.
I think Corey Feldman blow dries his own,
That's
or
true.
lets the wind do it.
Looks like Zoolander.
Yeah, that's some really feathered hair, man.
Heck yeah, man. That's 1980s. It's that Head and Shoulders. Why are they so scared?
What? I love.
They're scared of girl cooties.
Oh, they just
Like,
jump
hey,
skin.
Malek, you look better from behind. I never realized that before. Holy shit. I'm probably overreacting to that.
She elbowed his lip.
Yeah. How did they get there, by the way? How'd the chicks get there?
Tilted his mirror so you can look down his shirt.
That was a very messed up way to get him.
Oh, thank you, Chunk. Thank you.
Oh, come on. How corny was that?
It was pretty corny.
More talking over each other.
Whoa.
What are they looking at?
Yeah, I've always wondered that.
Corny.
Also, what the hell happened to the Fratellis?
How is there a dead fish on a freaking rake? Can somebody tell me why there was a dead fish on a rake?
No.
Because the Fratellis drove off.
They drove off?
Yeah, they left. They were, I think, disposing of a body.
Oh.
I love that girl over there. She's just like, I can't believe this.
Wait a minute. It's not the same body that's going to be found in the freezer, right? I mean, why didn't they take that one too?
No, they said when I think Chunk says at the beginning, like when they first get to this restaurant, that he saw two guys walk in but never saw them walk back out.
Oh, okay. So one of the guys is in there in the freezer, and one of them is getting taken. But again, it begs the question: why didn't they take both? Why did they leave one in the freezer, especially when there are kids there?
I don't know.
Good question.
I think later on in the movie they take the second one because remember when Chunk runs into him in the middle of the road, they put him in the trunk and the other dead bodies in the back, so they're probably just stashing them in different places.
They might have killed them both in the basement and then taken one upstairs right before the kids got there, and then never had a chance to take the other one back up.
Oh.
Okay. Thanos is trying to get his dick wet.
Cock blocked.
Oh, there we
go.
Oh,
but
really, they all tumble in like
How you
seriously,
doing?
this is like part.
Hey, come on. Shame.
Like, I know
There's
a great
no
time
shame in that.
Stupid kids.
I know a great time to make out is right after you see a monster and fall down.
Well, I know that does it for me.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying, it does it for me.
What the fuck, Chunk? He just.
Oh, don't drink that water.
Oh no, you don't want to drink that water. You weren't going to drink the one up there. Like, what makes you think this was any better?
Okay, hold on.
You can at least see that
water is covered in cobwebs. Why is it crystal clear?
I don't know.
It's like fresh water that's been sitting there for 50 years.
How do you know it's been sitting there for 50 years?
Could just be a really dusty basement.
Look at the surroundings.
The water guy might have been there last week.
That's a stretch.
Hey, I mean, the Fratellis seem to, well, it looks like
I got it.
Sloth lives there. Maybe they keep that water stocked for Sloth.
I don't got it.
Yeah, that's actually really a good point. I love how he says, like, I got it, I got it, I got it.
He watches
don't
it
got it. Like, as if they wanted to say I at the beginning of it, and then they fucked it up. Sound. See, these are the kind of things that I...
Sounds like my grandfather taking a leak.
Nick, thoughts?
Oh, this friggin' dialogue is painful.
I love it. I'm sorry.
You should be.
Well, guys, it would kind of help if you told us what you loved about the dialogue or disliked about it.
It's just, I mean, it's like tongue in cheek. It's funny. It's not supposed to be a serious Oscar contender. You know, it's just it's lighthearted, fun adventure. You know,
yeah. It was just the 80s. You had to be there to really understand it.
Yeah.
The more seriously you look at this movie, like as a movie or whatever, you're just going to be disappointed. It's like there's a certain point where you've got to.
It's a bad.
Okay. This I don't get. How do you look at a piece of paper and you think it's real money?
Because he's a kid.
No, maybe he's just so stupid that he doesn't understand what a dollar bill looks like.
Hold on, I gotta address the chat. Another parody Jeremy account says, "Still better than The Last Jedi." I have one thing to say to you, sir. What the fuck does this have to do with Nam, Walter?
Soy-based Jeremy, how could you do this?
Donnie, you're out of your element.
You're out of your element, Donnie. Get the fuck up, Donnie.
Also, 3PO, I sent you the link. Do you want to join? Nah.
You don't need it. It's 4 against 1 already.
True. Well, not entirely.
Ice cream.
How do you smell ice cream?
I was literally about to say that same thing. How in the world do you smell ice cream?
Poor Chunk. He's always angry. Every time he says the line, he's just...
How does he not see the dead body?
I think the smelling ice cream is supposed to be another joke about Chunk being the fat kid. You know, it's like he's so sensitive to junk food that he smells ice cream through a closed freezer.
Oh. And we have a Jeff Goldblum appearance.
Oh, come on.
Why are they all standing there? Oh, yeah, let's catch the dead body.
You said
like
Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, they don't hear any of the screaming?
Yeah, no.
There's a wooden floor between them. Come on, be realistic there.
Floor, but you can't hear through it.
Yeah, you can only see light through it.
Even though it's supposed to be dark outside.
It's soundproof. Is it nighttime right now?
No, it's supposed to be dark and gray outside. It's supposed to be a rainy day because it's Oregon.
Oh, okay.
It rains all the time.
They went and dropped off the dead body and picked up a pizza on the way back. That's gangster.
That is gangster.
What the fuck? Who?
Eating my pepperoni. He pulls a gun because of pizza.
Yeah, he says, let's kill each other over the pepperoni.
Hey, man, pizza is a very serious thing. I'd pull my gat over a pizza.
You know what? I would understand that if it was Quentin Hooper saying, like, hey, this is my pepperoni pizza.
What are they doing with the dead body?
And putting Chunk in there and forgetting him?
Oh, now I can only look at him as Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, sorry about that.
He's sitting there doing that Jurassic Park laugh.
Even after death, you still have to look at my face.
Did they seriously? They left their friend in the freezer. They don't know it.
Yeah. How come?
That was a moment. Did you see that? The light on his eyes, and he says, "It all starts here." That was
Did he really say that?
Good moment.
Yeah.
The dead bodies look at him like
he seriously said that. I have to go back.
Told him.
Stay. Yep. What the heck is going on with this? Oh, this would not happen. In no reality does this happen.
Hashtag me too. That dead body.
Right? I know, right? It's like the dead body's trying to make out with Chunk.
He can't hold it up. It's
That's
a grown man falling on top of him.
I got another YouTube notification for another Captain Marvel movie YouTube video. God damn it, people.
Oh, for those just joining, we are at the 46-minute mark. Thank you. Everything Star Wars. I'm here. You're there. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, of course the Goonies are good enough. Well, watch it again. Your opinion might change.
Or it might not.
Well, guys, 3PO. And damn straight the Goonies are good enough. Hey, y'all. What's up? Which of the two ball guys am I talking to?
No. Oh. No, 6.
It doesn't matter. They're both equally awesome.
Hey, Soy, everything Star Wars. What the? Oh, you're talking about Soy-based Jeremy. Never mind.
Yep.
Oops.
Chunk is still in there.
Yeah.
What's going on with these adults? These adults that are oblivious to everything around them.
Clearly. 3PO, I send you the link, man. You want to join? Or
Yeah, stop begging him. Stop begging him. He'll come or he won't. Listen, let me rephrase that. He'll show up or he won't show up.
Oh, okay.
No, they noticed that the water was broken, the container, and they thought that maybe Sloth had busted out of his chains again.
Yeah.
I'll leave it to Chunk to screw stuff up.
He said, "Go get help," while they go search for buried treasure.
Because they're in serious shit.
So Chunk is going to go get the police while they go spelunking.
That's correct.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Oh my god, my glasses! I can't see without my glasses.
Oh, it's a Velma moment. I forgot.
Were these things so cliche back then, or is it just because it's cliche?
Well, that was from the '60s. All right. So.
I think time has hardened us.
Was what cliche exactly?
Like the glasses thing.
Easy. Here comes 007.
Oh Jesus! This is okay. This is where I lose me. What is going on?
What loses you about flashlights?
Why does he have them on a freaking spring-loaded gear underneath his jacket?
Because he likes making inventions. He's like he's like the little science kid.
He got that trick from Indiana Jones.
Oh, the batteries don't last long. I'm sorry, I don't buy that for a second.
What?
The greatest part.
Yes, I love the dark, but I hate nature. That's how it works.
I'm getting ready to tell you how 90s I was. I actually had a talk boy, like a Talkman from Home Alone 2, and I recorded this whole scene in fast speed on a tape.
That's awesome.
That was a great toy.
Does he not know that that's them?
Does he not know? Does he not see it until he turns the light on?
He's seen their truck before. He knows what their truck looks like.
He's a kid, man. Give him a break.
And why is he singing in Italian to him? That's
it's funny that he waited until the singing to start screaming. He's like, "Yeah, you're the killer, but it's really hardcore when you start screaming."
Criminals are psychotic. That's why I have to.
Hey, 3PO, what's up, man?
Hey, Proper. Thank you so much for the invite. I appreciate it. Man.
What's up, 3PO?
I missed Jeremy's stream.
Hello.
Oh, not Champ, man. We lost today.
No.
Sucks. Yeah, it's all right. Emotional day. But let's just talk about the movie, get my mind off of it.
Yeah, we're at the pipes moment, my least favorite part of the movie.
Yes.
We're talking about drainage.
So hold on. How far have they gone so far? They're still underneath the building, right?
Yeah, the water pipes, man. They're actually under the country club.
Yeah. I don't know how they made it that far.
No, what country club?
It's all connected.
Yeah, but like
all connected. That's the best you can come up with. Is it's all connected?
Water pipes? They're all connected, dude. Don't you ever live in an apartment?
Did you see that they were in the middle of nowhere, pretty much? And then how far did they make it?
Yeah, it only takes you 5 minutes, and then you're going like 25 miles into town.
When you're in a cave,
knocked out by a water fountain.
What is that? Okay, no, that doesn't happen.
No, that does not happen at all.
Oh man, the sign said that this is Oregon, like Country Club Oregon.
Yep.
This is where Spielberg's creative genius really comes into play here.
Creative genius.
Yep.
That doesn't happen. That's not how pipes work.
It totally happens. If you're a bunch of old men in the shower, come on.
Yeah, I love how one guy has a pirate stash. Like is a patch. Yeah.
Is this guy in jail? Why is he wearing an orange jumpsuit?
Because he's in jail. That's why, and he wants to get it on.
I just can't.
In a men's club.
It's Tobey Maguire.
I refuse to examine the science of the Goonies. And the accuracy.
Oh, come on.
Look, okay, listen. There's a suspension of disbelief. This movie has not established itself as a fantasy. So, like, you can suspend your disbelief for freaking, Infinity War because it's fantasy. It's superheroes. It's crazy. Physics don't matter. This movie is supposed to be based in the real freaking world. There's no establishing fact that says this is like a crazy world fantasy game.
So, same with Indiana Jones, my friend.
I mean, look.
Indiana Jones establishes magical properties.
What you just saw there wasn't magic. It was like pipes moving.
Pipes
don't see anything magical.
Like
they could.
A bunch of kids in a cave are not going to rip open a bathroom wall. That doesn't make any sense.
It's an exaggeration.
Neither does going into a refrigerator to save yourself from a nuclear bomb.
Exactly.
That's true. Don't get me started on
That's true.
4. Don't get me started on 4. Let's leave it alone.
Let's leave Indiana Jones out of this.
Well, short rounds in the movie. How can you leave it out of it?
All right,
Well,
here we go.
true.
This is the best part. This is an epic rant.
Who's epic rant? Mine?
Tell us everything.
No.
Come on, Salty. That's funny.
Is that freaking? Is that the guy from The Matrix?
Yeah, it's Joe Pantoliano.
Oh,
Yeah.
Joey Pants, and The Sopranos.
Yeah.
I knocked my sister down the cat and blamed it on the dog. Come on, that's funny. Salty, that's funny. Come on.
Freefield, where you at, man?
What are we doing?
I might be a little. Am I a little ahead of you guys or behind?
Behind.
I'm
You need to
at
get to 53-15.
I'm at 53, 17, 18, 19, 20. 53.
18.
Go to 53-30.
Yep.
All right.
This is a real convenient cave to just be just wide enough for all of them to walk down in like a nice little hallway style.
Mother Nature is nice to people.
The caves and the tunnels. The
Oh,
tunnels
come
were dug
on.
out by the pirates, man. This was all put together by One-Eyed Willie's crew.
Oh, yeah.
All
And
these
they
tunnels
all
were
walked
dug
over
out.
his shoulder.
Natural caves. These are built caves. A mine.
Yeah, basically.
And Chunk is still ranting.
Don't touch it.
I'm sorry. Is it wrong every time someone says One-Eyed Willie, I giggle a little bit?
Yeah.
No, no.
You know what? You know what? Everyone in the chat, drink every time somebody says One-Eyed Willie in the movie.
Dude, that's a great
There you go.
idea.
Don't touch the dead body. Oh yeah, then touch your face. That's a good idea.
That's how you get scurvy.
Scurvy is a vitamin C deficiency.
What do you think? I'm a doctor here? I just said something.
Hey, Q Quan is actually right. He's right this time.
Eat a lemon, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Everything Star Wars, yes. I will do a creators video. Send me the questions and I will do it. As long as you have booze in your intro. Like, thank you, everybody. Woo! You know, just that's my request. My only request.
See, Salty, as a kid growing up, without the internet, you go outside and you have these adventures in your head.
I didn't grow up with the internet, dude. How old do you think?
No. I'm saying, like, as a kid in general, you go out. We went outside and we played, right? You know.
Yeah.
So I think this is why this had an appeal to so many people because they remember,
Yeah, but
exploring and stuff.
I get nostalgia and I get the kid movie thing, like. But I don't know. I saw this movie when I was a kid. I was about the age I was supposed to be when this movie was. I saw it. And I just was like, the jokes are cliche and lame. The action is just bad.
Well, what kind of deep comedy were you looking for at 7 years old? You know,
I don't know. I was
booty traps. I don't care. I never understood that joke.
When I was that age, I was watching Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park. Like I was watching the same movies that are classics today. And so that's where my standard came from. And then when I saw this, I'm like, oh, this is not the same as Indiana Jones. This is worse.
Of course it's not the same.
no, it's a much different movie than Indiana Jones, and I would say it's going after a different demographic too.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a booty trap.
What'd you say?
It's a booty trap. Booby trap.
Oh, you mean booby trap?
That's what I said.
Dude, I used to make these. I used to make booby traps in my room to see if my little brother would come in and like take something. So like, I guess it's totally love this part.
Those are some strong 200-year-old ropes to be able to hold up all those rocks.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny is his parents.
Did you see that rock bounce? Did you see the rock bounce?
Oh, I saw it bounce.
Are you a physics major?
Yeah.
One
It's an
fun
80s
fact I
movie,
learned-
dude. Come on.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
look,
that's
look,
just the
every
80s in
time-
general.
Rocks
Every time
bounced
I
in the
bring
80s, man.
Every time I bring up something that's wrong with this movie, you can't just use the excuse, it's an 80s movie, bro.
Yes,
That's
I
right.
can.
I absolutely can.
Sure, this was before CGI, man.
can't
just
dodge
go-
every single criticism with, "Oh, it was from the '80s, bro."
Sure,
we just go
dude,
straight for the trump card.
I just feel like if you're criticizing rocks bouncing, you're stretching pretty
Look
far.
how strong Thanos is.
How
Come
how
on.
else would you expect them to do rocks falling without them bouncing? They weren't obviously rocks.
Stop, you freaking cat!
What?
Sorry, my retard cats are crawling all over my computer.
How do you?
What's up, Obi-Wan?
How
Hey,
do you
what's
make
up,
big
Obi-Wan
rocks
Reviews? Superdivorce is on, and he's on point. Oh, we have entered
found the Batcave.
Look
Jinx.
how awesome those effects are.
Jinx.
Them flying right
I'm
in
gonna
their
drink to
face.
that. All right.
You can literally see the string. I'm sorry. This is
dollar
pretty bad.
store. This is
Yeah,
dollar
that's a dollar store prop.
Oh my god.
I'll give you that one. That was pretty bad.
Oh, come
The
on.
worst thing.
To be honest, though, well, I'll shut up for Chunk.
Okay, so there's the same thing. All right, that's the same thing as the bouncing rocks, right? If you're gonna have bouncing rocks and you're gonna have dollar store props on a string, like just up your quality a little bit, and the movie would be better. This movie is objectively bad.
No, it's subjectively not bad. It's your opinion that it's bad. And another thing, you wouldn't.
I'll give you that. That was pretty cheesy.
Before, I'll say it again.
What?
Oh no, I said like your opinions are you are entitled to your incorrect opinion.
No, I get it, but I'm just saying, a filmmaking standard. The movie is bad.
Oh no. There are moments where I'm just like, no. This is...
By the way, another
he
thing you're
says he
not
wanted to play the
considering-
violin.
So,
You're not considering that we wouldn't
So
have
the
been
bats
watching this
blew
in
up the,
HD in 1985. You wouldn't have
I'm watching
seen.
it on
yeah,
a
you wouldn't have noticed
I'm
that.
watching it on a 5-inch screen on my iPhone, bro.
There's more
Yeah,
dollar store
Exactly.
bats.
Still
More
a much
dollar
higher
store
resolution than any TV or VHS tape would have had at that point.
What is he doing? He's holding his fingers up like a. It's not a vampire.
What is he doing?
Vampires, man.
Completely right.
Don't you know Corey Hellman's in this, the Lost Boy? You gotta have the vampire.
Yeah, bats, vampire bats. Come on.
Yeah, but Corey
What
Haim is in
adult?
it.
What adult?
Heyman, I mean, he was in the Lost Boys, wasn't he?
Yeah, both the Coreys were.
Yeah, both of them.
Oh,
Was this movie directed by Steven Spielberg?
No.
It was co-written by
actually,
Spielberg.
The story was by Steven Spielberg. Somebody else wrote it. It was directed by Richard Donner, the director of Superman, and kind of the director of Superman 2.
Richard Donner directed this movie?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right,
And
yeah,
he
see,
also directed the 4 Lethal Weapon movies.
okay,
Yes.
I'll see it. I'm going to give Salty this one because he's better than that.
Yeah.
So
I'll say that. I
It's a
for
Trap
some reason, I
Productions.
thought,
Sorry to interrupt. It's a Trap Productions. Thank you
Yeah.
for stopping by. Alex, you're awesome.
Yeah, Alex.
and for the record, I love this film, just so anybody.
I know I'm really surprised that you're giving me all these points, 3PO.
No, because there's some
You have
extra.
valid points.
There's it's valid cheese, but it doesn't take away the fact that I love the movie.
No, that's fine. You can love. I love bad movies too.
Like like the Toxic
But I don't-
Adventure.
I don't think anyone's trying to make the argument that there aren't cheesy things about this movie, but
Oh no.
I think the argument is that cheesiness doesn't make it bad. It doesn't
I
make it
agree
not
with that
enjoyable.
point.
That's a good.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say that the bats looked fantastic in that scene. I'm just
You
saying
did-
that it doesn't ruin it.
It doesn't ruin it for me either. Salty, you didn't like 16 Candles?
I don't remember. I might have.
Did you like Weird Science?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I liked Weird Science.
Yeah, okay.
My favorite. I'll give you an example. My favorite, like, 80s teen rom-com or whatever you want to call it, is probably Better Off Dead with John Cusack.
That
Oh,
is
my
the.
word.
Can we all watch that one together and do this? Because that is one of my favorite.
Dude, mine too.
Absolutely.
I love that movie to death.
$2.
$2.
Oh, my $2.
Dude,
want
whenever he
my
tries to kill
$2.
himself, whenever he tries to hang himself and then changes his mind and then the maid knocks him off the stairs, I was dead.
Jesse, you got to come over. We got to watch that together with alcohol.
So you have a valid point. Okay, so you're saying that the cheese factor does not necessarily make it a bad film.
This movie, what makes this movie a bad film or a not bad film just depends on how much you want to or choose to look at its realistic aspects.
But see, let me bring that up. Better Off Dead was extremely cheesy with horrible effects. I mean, you had a guy in there sniffing snow, and you know.
Oh my God!
But that's the point.
He still wants the ice cream.
But that's the whole point, is that whenever you look at it as it is rather than as what it should be or whatever, that's what I mean. Because this movie's full of cheese, freaking full of cheese. But
I like he gets a perfect quarterback. It's just pretty cool.
That
was a good catch. Yeah.
Good catches. Boom. How did he know to catch that?
He's a ninja.
he's Troy.
There's a plot twist.
Okay, yeah. How did they find the exact same quarter, and how did they throw it all the way back up that freaking tiny little?
I don't think it was the exact same quarter. I think it was a quarter.
It was Troy, man. He's the jock with the same car I had in high school, which makes me a jerk. I know.
I think you just have to be okay with the exaggerations. It's like that would never happen. The thing with the quarter just then, but it's like he flips it down, it makes a sound, then you hear the sound again, and the quarter comes back up in the same way it went down. It's like, of course, the kid's not going to flip the quarter up from the bottom of the well and have it perfectly arc back into his hand. It's like you have to pick up on those exaggerations and be okay with them, or else it is probably going to come across as overly cheesy and bad, like it's lazy. But I don't think it is. I think that it's just written for an audience who's not going to be making those kinds of observations. It was like a kids movie.
Yeah, but kids movies can be good. You can make a really good kids movie.
I think this is a really good kids movie, and I think a lot of people would agree. So
it's okay, man. You're arguing with a guy who loves dinosaurs, so it's okay.
Also, most kids aren't going to look at this.
I love salty
like that. They're not going to try to dissect it.
Okay, he's gonna kill me when I go to Vegas.
Okay, I can see your argument, but I'm going to ask you this: movies today, specifically ones that are made for a younger audience, they don't do this. They make sure that it's enjoyable for all ages, even if it is aimed at children.
Name one.
Such a caring mother, right there. By the way,
Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph. I mean, we're talking about CGI. They make most of the kids' movies are CGI nowadays. Can anybody give me an idea in the chat room? What's a live action specifically made for a kids movie?
Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
No.
My God, no.
Oh, man.
I remember that in theaters.
No, but Salty, you said that they don't do this in kids' movies anymore. That's what you're saying directly. So what's your evidence that they don't make movies like this, that they make sure the science is right, let's say, and that they make sure it holds up under adult scrutiny when they sit down in this type of setting and go over it with a fine-tooth comb? What are some movies that do that today?
But if there's an adult that's scrutinizing a kid's movie, he needs to reevaluate his life.
Have you not seen our Community?
I'll give him that one. That was a good one.
Yeah, touche.
That was a great save.
What's really sad is you guys got you guys squeezed in the Captain Marvel stuff already. I was like, oh man, he couldn't. Wait, here comes the emotional speech, guys. The emotional speech. Let's get motivated. It's our time, Salty.
Right.
Our time.
Yeah. I'll let this go. I'll come back with my point that I'll address.
It's hard.
Crawford, thanks again for inviting me. This has made my night.
Why did he flip that same sentence?
It's our time down here.
This is just
everybody nod your head solemnly at each other.
Even for a kid.
And I've got asthma. It's my time.
Who was saying like for a kid what? Never mind. Then they.
Right.
This is great.
Never say die, haha.
Yeah.
Right? That's the next line that comes up, right?
But I've got asthma.
Not quite.
Everybody step away. He's about to flip and say something really, really ugly.
Hey, there's Jesse when he wakes up in the morning.
Oh man, burn.
That's before his makeup, folks.
So,
and of course, they're making chocolate cake, something that Chunk.
This is a great throw right here.
Product placement.
Yeah,
it just makes me sad. It just makes me sad in my heart.
This is the most obvious product placement I've ever seen in my life.
Such a great throw.
Well, I can just say this: nowadays, kids' movies specifically designed for a younger audience don't typically make it to theatrical releases. Everything's on Netflix nowadays, and Hulu and whatnot. So the only one that I have watched that might have a younger demographic is probably going to be Stranger Things. Would you guys agree that that's made for a younger audience?
No.
Or is it too scary?
I think it's made for a retro audience. Honestly,
yeah, I agree.
It's made for an older audience.
Can I tell you guys?
I honestly think it's made for kids who grew up watching this movie and things like it.
Totally.
Drunk, I think I know what you're gonna say, Drunk, and I'm gonna say it first. I've actually never seen Stranger Things.
No, actually, they got me into it. What I'm saying is, I teach sixth graders, and sixth graders, they watch everything. R-rated movies, like they don't. There's nothing that they like that's geared to them. They like to be older.
That's 100% correct.
So there's nothing that comes out like where they're like, oh, that's a kid's. I'm gonna go watch that. Like they would rather watch, like right now they're all into Bird Box. I don't know why, but they love that movie in my class. So
I can't really compare anything like this because everything younger audience nowadays is typically animated. This part right here. What is going on here? What?
They're connecting.
Is going
sharing.
on?
Yeah, sharing. Have you ever shared a candy bar with someone, Salty?
Where are you guys at?
Sharing is caring.
Short round. Where are you guys at?
I'm at 109.24.
Oh, I'm way ahead. My bad.
All right. No, it's okay.
He kisses him. Oh, all right. There's
Okay.
All right, there's child abuse right there. That
Yeah.
was
that
sexual
is,
assault.
That's sexual harassment.
What's your timestamp?
We are at 109.50.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 110.
You're at 110?
I don't know how, but
I'm a little ahead. So
and he's rubbing his head on her chest. That's also sexual harassment.
Yeah,
I gotta call baloney on you, man.
We definitely can't look at this movie through the lens of 2019 PC culture.
No,
that's true. I think so.
You can't. I mean, actually, you can, and you could still like this because there isn't anything that's like really bad about this movie.
Well, I'm sure the SJWs would find something.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it's when the hot redhead kisses Sean Astin.
Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah, they wouldn't like the truffle shuffle.
No.
That's true.
They wouldn't like the reverse penis on the David statue either.
Yep.
They're like, leave it off.
The statue was a trans.
Yeah, they would be proper. That was good. Leave it off.
Hashtag leave it be.
The statue has chosen to be.
Actually, you know what they would do? They would quote the Beatles. Let it be.
This is awesome. Now, come on. This is awesome.
No, this is not awesome.
No, that is not. No.
This is stupid.
The Jaws of Death.
Really?
Plastic
The
chow.
Pictures of Power.
See, this is where they establish that if you're looking for proof, this isn't the universe you live in exactly. It's right here.
Yeah.
It's like you should clearly know that the pinchers of Pow are not going to save you in real life, but it works here. It's like imagine.
Yeah, you gotta love when they come back and get the guy in the balls. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
This is the greatest. Chunks calling the police. This is so funny. Salty, come on. Gremlins reference.
Yeah. Is that the same guy? Is that the same guy who was just a fertility brother?
No.
Is that a Gremlins reference though?
Yeah.
Terrorist took over Sizzler.
Are there any Sizzler steakhouses anymore?
That's a great question.
Multiply
I love how
when you throw raw water on them. Okay, I got it.
See, this movie came out 3 months after the Gremlins. That's what
3 months?
I think it was 3 months after the Gremlins. This movie came out in '84, right?
No,
this came out in '85.
85.
I think it
Gremlins
came out a year afterwards because I remember the Gremlins came out. I don't remember it because I wasn't alive.
Gremlins came out over Christmas.
Yeah, it did.
Let me.
No, it didn't. It didn't. It came out the same day as Ghostbusters in June.
Let me get something straight. I'm not allowed to criticize the bat on strings and the bouncing rocks and the teeth of death catching him when he's.
You can criticize whatever the fuck you want.
But you guys are saying because this is just how that movie is, and then I can't criticize the dialogue and the line delivery because it's an '80s movie. Like you're putting me in a box here.
You are criticizing it, but I'm telling you why I don't agree with your criticisms or why I wouldn't bother criticizing the movie in that way. Because
I agree with you, Salty, on your points.
It's not like the things you're saying are untrue. It's that I would not choose to watch this movie and point those things out and then dock points away from, the overall experience. Those things don't bother me.
Yeah, those things made me laugh, which brought joy to me in the movie.
Yes, what brought me joy was what the guy just did. And he caused a car accident.
And everybody's peeing together.
It's like those pinchers.
That's the little boy's room and that's the little girl's room. He's like, this is the men's room. Of course Thanos says that.
First time I watched this movie, I remember because all the kids, when I was in school, we had like a movie day or whatever in class, and everybody wanted to watch the Goonies, and I was sitting there like, are you freaking kidding me? How does anybody like this movie? I don't understand why. I never got it. It never captured me because everything that I was watching just came off as either corny, unbelievable, or just like way out of the realm of possibilities. I'm just like, this movie doesn't make any sense.
Sexual harassment.
Yep.
Of the best kind.
Yeah, wrong way, lover boy.
Yeah.
Sexual harassment.
As a little kid, I that's what I wanted.
You know what?
Me.
As a little kid, at 10 years old, when I first watched this movie, I wanted that to happen too.
Yeah.
We're racist.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I agree.
I mean, come on, Salty.
What?
Come on. You can't relate to this.
Salty was still eating paste at the time. Come on.
I didn't know that about you. Okay.
Yeah. I like the green paste actually,
Great.
but I mean, Salty might have went for the whole white. Look at his avatar, for crying out loud.
I want to address the chat real quick.
I actually ordered some real 3D.
You want to know something? How stupid am I? I just noticed your avatar was wearing old-time 3D glasses. What's wrong with me?
Just now?
Oh
Just
my
now?
gosh.
Dude, we've known each other for like a year.
It's been that way for quite some time.
I know, because 3D's not like that anymore, so it didn't ring a bell.
I just ordered some actual real 3D glasses to put on, so if I ever do a video, I can actually have my avatar.
The red and blue kind?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Do you remember when they used to come out on TV, like the 3D movies, and you'd have to go to like 7-Eleven to buy the 3D glasses? And
hey, is that a Temple of Doom reference?
I think it is. We had Gremlins, and now Temple of Doom. Haha.
That's cool.
No Raiders.
I'll give you that. That was cool. What's going on here? Are these adults? Why does she look like she was not walking? She was just like moving her arm.
No.
She's related to Jabba the Hutt.
Jesus.
She's a walking Jabba the Hutt.
So
Have you seen
these kids have been spelunking for like an hour. They had to go through twists and turns and trapdoors, and these adults are just walking down the hallway back towards them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they already set off the traps.
So classic 80s, this is the ball shots. The 80s movies had tons of ball shots.
Yeah, they did.
And here come some of the classic ones right here.
Yep.
By the way, that's what she said.
Slick shoes.
Somebody's coming. Slick shoes. Come on, just whatever happened to just.
What is
okay? Nikes. Okay, that's the point of that.
Here comes the ball shot.
Coming up.
I remember your mom.
Up. Remember me? Yeah, I remember you. You're the asshole singing opera for no reason.
Oh, he gave him an up yours. They don't do the up yours like that anymore in the movies.
Yeah, they don't.
I don't think it's
I don't think anybody really even know what that means anymore. That's been retired.
I bring it back.
I don't appreciate that. I'm sorry. I keep walking over you, man. Go ahead.
No, go for it. I was just saying we should bring it back.
I don't really appreciate that they have to, in order to make these children survive this ordeal, they have to dumb down the adults so much that it's just cartoonish.
But that's the point. It's supposed to be cartoonish.
Oh,
that was a slick backflip, man.
Yeah.
That's how I slip and fall whenever I fall down.
I saw Jesse do that last week, actually. When he couldn't get the hose on in the house to hose down my car like a jerk.
You can suck it, man. You can hose your own car now.
That's a Game of Thrones reference.
For anybody who's just joining us,
here comes another one.
Oh, really?
Oof. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. You have to dumb down the adults so much.
The lady's not dumb though. She's pretty smart.
It's like
she broke people out of she robbed a bank and broke people out of jail.
Okay, listen, that jail scene, I think we can all agree that jail scene was bogus.
That was pretty bogus. Like it was pretty dumb.
Like that's not how fire works. There's only one cop in the entire freaking precinct.
Everyone else was at lunch. We already covered that. Lunchtime.
True story. I got the notes when I started learning the piano. I got the sheet music to this, so I could play this. So I would always feel like, yeah.
So you would feel like a Goonie.
So I could feel like if I ever got lost somewhere, I would know what to play. And it's actually random notes. It doesn't really make any.
So for everybody joining, we are at the. We're almost at the 120 mark.
I love the piano scene. It's like my favorite.
We're at the piano scene.
Because I play the piano. That's why.
3, 2,
so it relates to me.
1, we're at 120. Okay.
I didn't know you were a musician.
Seriously?
Neither did I. I thought
you guys haven't seen me on the streams like playing the guitar and singing and like playing the piano.
Jesse, not you.
Oh wow!
I kind of took the role from you. I'm sorry, but yes, he's been on. He is a musician. He and I have actually played before.
Yeah,
I used to play the guitar.
So
I used to teach the piano to poor kids who couldn't afford lessons for all over the summer.
Seriously?
Are you just a saint? You're a saint, aren't you?
No, I'm not. But it's a true. Yeah, it's true.
He's Saint drunk.
No.
Saint 3PO.
What are they doing exactly?
They're coming up.
Why are they crawling so slowly?
Because their balls got kicked.
Exactly.
They probably can't have kids anymore. Like, come on. Like, it was pretty bad.
All right, Salty. When we go to the gym in Vegas, I'm gonna swift kick you in the balls, and let's see how many weights we lift.
You know what? How about this? Let's see you slip on a log, do a backflip, and then land right square on your nuts.
Slip on a log. Awesome. That's what she said.
Angry crawl towards whatever. I don't know.
Of course you would be angry crawling. Would you be happy crawling? Like, yay! No.
I think he's looking for more of just like a merry jaunt up the rocks.
Just a little bit more aggressively. They're trying to kill these kids, right? A little bit more of aggression, like moving forward faster. They're in like slow motion.
Me and Jesse played.
That wouldn't work.
No.
When did we play music together? 3 weeks ago?
Yes, on that
thing.
And also that thing, where's that thing been the entire time? That was a giant boxing glove.
And how'd he get right there?
The boxing glove was awesome. Uh-oh, here comes the weapon.
No, the butterfly knife.
Really? Did they lose the gun? I think they did. Nick.
What's that?
His stupid B flat joke.
Nicholas, did they lose the gun? Did it fall in the water?
Yeah, they lost it when they fell on the log the first time.
Oh, okay.
And the water rinsed it, washed it away.
I feel like everybody in this movie knows that they're in a kids movie. And it's like,
oh yeah,
I think I'll give you that one. I think I'll give you that one.
It's breaking the fourth wall.
That's how I cross bridges too. Is I front roll over.
They have a gun right there.
Yeah, that was her gun.
That was an example.
And it hit him in the nuts.
That's
a penny shot.
Okay, that was the third nut shot in 10 minutes. All I'm saying.
Yeah, that's.
By the way, everybody does know that the pirate ship scene is coming up right now.
Oh,
but
yeah.
movie thing is that they videotaped what they filmed while we're doing VHS. They filmed the kids' first reaction to the first time they ever saw it, so they see it.
Modern Dude Thing 12. What is up? Thank you for joining the channel, man.
This is a really long, perfectly shaped water slide.
Yeah. I don't get this.
See,
it's awesome.
Yeah, when I watched it, I just wish that there was a real slide I could go on. You know?
I know.
Yeah, same here. I was like, where can I do this?
That would be amazing if they made a water park like that.
That must have just been a really grumpy 7-year-old.
You were a very grumpy 7-year-old.
It's just like, this is garbage. This isn't real.
You were born in the 70s, and oh my god, what a grouch you've become. Oh wait, maybe you weren't born in the 70s.
How old is this boat? Oh, hey, they know there's still people trying to kill them, right?
Yeah, they also know that they're standing for some reason. Oh. He was like, I am not.
That was a legitimately funny moment right there. That one moment was legitimately funny.
Oh, come on. One moment and you choose that one?
That was funny.
Nothing else was funny. Like,
so just for you, Salty, on Thursday,
I just found a movie mistake.
I will be at the Goonies Pirate Museum in St. Augustine, Florida.
Are you for real?
I'm dead serious, and I'm going to make sure.
There's a real Goonies museum
in St. Augustine, Florida. Yeah, and so I will take some photos, and I'm taking my 5th grade class.
Leave it up to Florida to have some whack ass shit.
All right, I don't care who you are. That was fucking funny.
That is funny because Florida. Salty knows, Jesse, that all the weird stuff comes from Florida.
Dude, everybody knows the weirdest stuff comes from Florida. We're the Australia of the United States. Anything that can kill you is in the state.
I'm telling you. And our state is shaped like a penis, so it doesn't help.
Oh, that does help, actually.
It doesn't help me.
You're the...
You guys have Florida, man.
Have these binoculars.
It's not even erect. It's just pointing like slumping down at the corner of this country.
And once again, we have Hugh Kwan. We have Short Round falling.
Yeah, Short Round's fallen a lot here, hasn't he?
Twice.
Fell. The word is fell.
It's been a long day.
He said we have him falling.
He folded. Yeah, he folded it a lot.
He folded.
And I'm an English teacher. How about that?
Down a ladder.
Aren't you guys happy about the future youth of America? I teach your kids English.
I'm horrified.
The drunk 3PO Center for Children Who Can't Read Good.
At least you get free piano lessons.
Oh, yeah. Will Gentry, what's up?
What is this?
What's up, peeps?
A center for ants?
I'll show them cool movies like the Goonies and they'll love it.
Oh, you know what? God. I'm going to take a step back. I'm actually going to mute myself and I'm going to let you guys go for a little bit.
Are you okay?
Pace.
Show modern kids in your class this movie. I guarantee you they're going to be thinking the same thing I am.
Not exactly.
You might be right.
Superdivorce, Nicholas, what do you think of that comment?
You want to know the truth? The last week, I introduced my students, 5th and 6th grade, to the movie Mr. Bean's Holiday, and they loved it. They want to watch it again. I'm just being honest.
No.
They never heard of it before. I put it on. They finished all their tests, and they were like, "What is this?" And they just could not stop laughing the whole time.
The original Mr. Bean show is amazing.
I never opened that movie.
Mr. Bean's Holiday. It's just he's just a stupid man, but they loved it. They could not stop laughing.
Never watched it. I don't think I ever will.
It's right up there with what's that guy's name? Ernest something?
Yeah, it's an Ernest movie. Yeah, you're right.
God, Ernest, Ernest goes to school. Ernest, goes to the dentist. Ernest, goes wherever the fuck he wants to go.
Hey, Ernest Takes a Dump was a classic. Come on.
I was never a big Ernest fan, but I did like
movie.
Ernest Very Stupid. That was a good one.
I really enjoyed Ernest Gets an STD.
All right, I'm going to give a little bit of production value to this scene. That whole setup is actually pretty dope.
Yeah, and they recreated this in the museum that I'm going to go to on Thursday.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you are not subscribed to anybody on this panel, what is wrong with you?
It's Willie.
All right, drink. It's been a while.
Yeah,
Will Gentry, I agree with you completely. The thing about Mr. Bean is that he's funny the first time you see him, but he gets old very quickly. I agree. Correct.
Well, I mean, that was the same thing with Ernest and his 97 sequels.
Hey, Vern. Yeah.
That was like the 1980s version of what Medea is today.
Yes.
Holy hell. If I have to hear any Medea now, oh my God.
I like Medea at first.
Oh, yeah. The first 12 of her movies were great.
That's not what a skull looks like. That's the bone doesn't cover where the eye used to be.
It was a birth defect.
That's why he has.
All right. What timestamp are you on right now?
1:29:20.
Yeah.
Me too.
Right there.
All right, cool.
I've got 128.
Why is he crying? Is he crying right now?
Because he's about to save his house, man.
Come
on. It's emotional. You never lived in a trailer, have you, Salty? You don't know the pain.
All right, drink again. One-eyed Willie.
I grew up with both my parents.
God.
You didn't know what it was like to make their moonshine and sell it to weird-looking one-armed people.
Hashtag Florida.
Yeah, exactly.
Much less me and Drunk are right in the middle of it, so we're like in Florida's armpit.
Yeah, exactly. If Florida needs an enema, you'd stick it right where me and Jesse lives.
Oh, yeah.
That's unfortunate.
So grab some gold and run, kids.
What are you staring at?
Oh, see, even he knows. What are you doing? You're moving.
I hate this part right now.
All right, Willie.
Save that for Willie.
Save that for the Willie.
Save that for the dead guy.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe you didn't know I played the piano, Salty. I'm still on that one. Sorry.
No, I mean, I used to play the guitar. Maybe we get together and jam out sometime.
Oh yeah, I'd love that.
What the fuck, Salty? Like, what are you about to? You about to burst out?
Me and Jesse. Hey, you know the song? You know the song that Jeremy put out, that little video with the
yeah.
Me and Jesse are gonna cover that. We're gonna cover it.
Cover it? When?
Yeah. When we get together and get the lyrics and stuff.
Salty, if you ever post a video and it's like you playing,
did you say yo?
I'm gonna
They just pointed. She showed up, pointed a gun. He said, "Yo," right?
He was having a Rocky moment, man.
Get out of my treasure room, slut.
Look, she's got a back brace on. She's old.
Why are they so clumsy like
adults? That? You have to make the adults incredible.
Here it comes, man.
What does he do with a sword?
He's on a pirate ship. He's got to be in the character, man.
Oh my God, that was.
Come on, this is great comedy right here.
Shoot him. They can do that any moment.
There it is. Oh, that's the fourth nut shot, and he's trying to get it off with
the sword to get it off. That's amazing. Come on, Salty. There's nothing that you can say that's like, ah.
This is
silly.
Dumb.
Silly slapstick humor. That's all.
So you're saying Dumb and Dumber was better?
Slapstick is like National Lampoon's Vacation. This is just dumb.
It's dumb, but it's fun dumb.
I guess if you like dumb things.
So is running around being chased by velociraptors.
Go ahead.
Honestly, this is just
a very dirty reference.
Is that the best you had for Jurassic Park?
No, it's terrible. I love Jurassic Park. I say
dinosaur,
hold on to your butts all the time.
Dinosaur weirdo.
Hold on to your butts.
I love that line. That is like my favorite line of the whole film.
By the way,
Sam Jackson.
Speaking of Sam Jackson, I will actually be seeing him live in the flesh next Wednesday.
That's cool, man. What type of an event is it?
Are they really going to make some?
Well, actually, he's actually going to be promoting Captain Marvel. So I want
to say something real quick.
That's awesome.
They legitimately got into character as soon as they got onto this pirate ship. All the bad guys turned into pirates.
Yeah, they did.
They were like, "Oh, we're on a pirate ship. All right, it's game time now. I'm going to make this bitch walk the plank."
Do you know what else turns into character? Your DC hero Superman is coming up.
That's right. Superman makes an appearance in this movie.
Yeah, his inbred cousin.
Bizarro.
Yeah. I had a malfunction.
There he is.
So we're at
you guys.
That's definitely not Chunk on his back, but that's okay.
Yeah, no. It's a stump double.
That's like he has little orphan Annie's wig on. There was no hat.
Chunk? No, Captain Chunk. That's actually a name of a band now, which is really awesome.
There's also a band called Slick Shoes.
Slick Shoes, really?
And I don't know if you've heard of the Ataris. They have an album called So Long Astoria that's heavily inspired by the Goonies.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
You know, and Goonies Never Say Die. I don't remember the quote in that. When did they?
Oh, look at that! Oh, bam!
Wait a minute.
All right, all right. That was a Captain Marvel moment, punching an old lady.
Hey,
in the side, like in the back of the head.
Salty laughed, so that was all I wanted.
What is happening? What are these idiots doing?
They're having fun with their brother. They're having family time, man.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They're buffoons, dude. They're like the, the dumbass sidekicks.
Is this a reference to the Elephant Man?
Do I amuse you?
It's quite offensive to the Elephant Man.
Oh, they actually have the John Williams sound.
You know, I actually heard John Williams doesn't mind lending on his music as long as you use it as it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I heard that as well, and that's why I think he's honestly the greatest composer, film composer of all time.
Agreed.
Not only that, but what?
Like a lot of the Family Guy spoofs and everything like that, they use a ton of John Williams stuff. But whenever I heard Seth MacFarlane talking behind the scenes, like it is surprisingly very easy to use their stuff because John Williams only insists that you use his pieces or as was in their original state.
That's cool. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
Are they about to kiss?
It's horny teens. What do you expect?
Oh, yeah.
She's going to find out that it wasn't him that she kissed earlier.
Oh,
I don't have braces.
Where are the braces at?
And then he finds out that it was actually his brother.
You know what? He's just like, you know what? Fuck it. Who cares? I'm making out with a hot redhead. Whatever.
Oh.
One day you will grow up to be Thanos and snap them all to death.
Did you notice that they must have found it hot that she made out with Mikey because they got really hard and heavy there?
Yeah.
This doesn't make anybody else sad.
Why would it?
Mom's been bad.
You've been bad. we just.
Has anyone ever watched the old Flash animations? They used to be on Newgrounds. If you guys ever went to Newgrounds back in the day,
dude, Newgrounds.
They had one called Sloth TV.
God, what is happening? Mom's been bad. I chained you up.
Jeremy, you got a question in the chat.
I do.
Avatar is just Dancing with Wolves in space.
But the 3D was amazing.
I don't know who Poots McScroogle Fatch is, but I'm going to sub to that guy.
Your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Avatar? You're going to have to. Oh my god! What's so funny?
Can you go to his channel? He's got 14 subscribers.
He has 14 now. It used to be 13.
He's got a video called "Update on Human Head."
Seriously?
That's awesome.
Oh, wait. This is
Pots McScrew.
This
Yo, what up? Oh, okay.
The entire climax to this movie has just been one like.
What was this question?
Jumping in the swimming pool.
Oh,
oh my god! What is? Let us down easy, Fawn.
oh my god!
Their legs are not broken. Fail.
She screams, "Oh no!"
Covers her eyes.
That was a little cringy.
Guys, you can't tell me this is good.
No, it's not. That's
it's
not
awesome.
the point. You're missing the point. There's awesomeness in terrible things.
Yeah,
sometimes.
like use your imagination. Haven't you ever been to In-N-Out Burger?
What does that have
to do? I've been to In-N-Out Burger.
You use your imagination while you're eating. It's been a long day. Sorry.
This is just one of those movies that you can put it on and kick back and relax to, man.
I know, and just laugh.
Yeah.
Did you find something new every time you watch it?
Nick, how are you feeling right now?
Fantastic. I'm enjoying the
they
film.
Had gold turd bars in there.
I think, I agree. You can watch this one over and over again. I can't even count how many times I've seen this movie.
Dude, I mean, that's just what the thing with 80s films, man. This Ghostbusters,
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future, yeah, over and over and over.
Yeah, but those movies were all way better than this. Like, I love Back to the Future. I've only seen Ghostbusters. I don't know if I've actually seen the whole movie, but I understand it's a good movie.
You don't know?
You never watched Gremlins?
I'm not into Ghosts and Ghouls.
It's a good movie.
Dude, it's not Ghosts and Ghouls so much as it is just a really good comedy.
Yeah, I believe you. I mean,
I agree with that.
You never watched Gremlins, Salty?
No.
Dude.
I'm so sorry.
Salty, I'm actually right there with you. I haven't seen Gremlins.
You guys, your lives suck. That's why.
Yeah, I don't know how you can go through life without seeing Gremlins. Honestly,
I don't know, dude. Those older 80s horror movies, I was never really into them.
It wasn't a horror movie. It was a comedy.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, especially. How do you guys feel about
Gremlins
the second one?
It was a little lighter, but the original was a dark comedy. The second one got a little more kidsy, like Ghostbusters 2, kind of.
Yeah. I like both. I think the first one's a better movie, but
you just grab that kid's ass.
It's Chunk. He has a personal relationship with him.
Yeah, they shared a baby roof.
Oh my god, right next to his balls.
Yeah.
That's why Slop is so happy.
That's the same year they sold those vans with no windows that you could spray paint free candy on the side.
The Rube Goldberg machine's still working.
How many is this now? We should have counted. This is like 7 of those things.
I don't know, but this one's a really long one. Giggity.
Oh, I saw some algae on the anchor.
Oh, easy.
Showing that it's aged.
Making one of those profound observations.
Hey, here come the Trump boys with the "Make America Great Again" hats.
He just
talking about building a wall.
He called them goobers.
I know.
Instead of Goonies.
They're racist.
Oh, I'm gonna call it now.
We're the Goonies.
I'm gonna start calling this movie.
There's more "Make America Great Again" hats. How'd the news show up so fast?
Thank you, 3PO. He's doing my job for me.
It looks like a fake camera like they bought at the dollar store. It's funny to me, though. That's why I like it. There's the porn mustache.
So
The whole family of fatties.
do all these kids get to keep all that gold they just found? Maybe. Oh my god, they brought him a pizza.
I can't argue with that. They did bring them a pizza.
See,
somebody bring me a pizza.
Domino's.
My hope was
more product placement.
Yeah.
What's happening here? Oh my god. No. Why would you need a camera on a freaking spring attached to your hips?
Why would you need a
That's
selfie
okay,
stick?
Daddy. You can't hug a photograph. You're my best invention. Aw.
It's okay. Very zen here.
Though. They were
I
in the
wish
same
my dad
packet.
said that to me.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what he says. If he doesn't have the camera to the belt, then all those words are useless.
Exactly.
Honestly, the truth is, a fan theory was that they were going to do a part 2. The ship floated away, and like they were supposed to be older, and they go find it. Like,
yeah, man, they've been talking about a sequel for like a lot of years.
Yeah, like sometimes you just have to leave things alone.
Yeah, why didn't you say that about Indiana Jones 4?
Exactly.
They should have left it alone too.
Yeah,
I stand by it.
They still plan on making a 5th.
I will say the dialogue between Mouth and the girl are really nice, and I really like the encouraging sentiments that Cary Green gives to a young.
If you're kissing my daughter in front of me, I would have an issue.
Yeah.
Let their mother worry about it.
Let their mother worry about it.
What kind of messaging is that?
Well, I mean,
he's magically cured.
Yeah, so because the boat floats away and like nothing, you don't know what happens, so it's kind of like.
Yeah.
Domino's is shielding it.
Product placement, Jeremy. There you go.
Product placement, Jeremy.
That looks.
That's another good parody account to make, by the way.
Oh yeah, somebody. Well, Caitlin's on vacation.
What does he say in Japanese? He's like, "Wow, blah blah blah."
You know what? I kind of like
product placement. It's going to be a next tattoo.
He's like, "Do you want to lose your job?" He's threatening the cop.
Jeremy, you have another question in the chat.
Oh, I do? Okay. What's the question? If you had to pick right now, what is your favorite MCU film? Iron Man 2 because of the AC/DC soundtrack. Boom. But
so your favorite part of the MCU thing is a thing that doesn't have to do with MCU.
Yes. No.
Your logic is flawless.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I miss those Iron Man intros when he had AC/DC playing. They used to do that every time, and then they stopped.
That was awesome.
Because they lost their touch. They lost their touch.
I wonder if those are real braces or they just put them on for the film.
Wow.
That would be a fun fact.
I'll call Sean Astin and ask him.
Yeah, there you go. He's probably working on The Hobbit.
Yeah.
That dude in his bow tie, too, is killing me.
Yeah, but that guy's got a tie clip on.
Is he going to stab him like Arnold Schwarzenegger did in his one movie?
He's like, I don't know. He's like, no.
How come nobody here speaks Spanish but mouth?
He has a mouth. That's it. If you had
she said, she said, oh my God, oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh, Dios mío is oh my God.
Yeah.
Mary, you're so far behind. We're actually about to wrap up.
No, she's saying, yeah.
She started watching later on, but she's
telling him not to sign
effort.
the paper, to grab the pen. That's what she says.
Well,
what movie was that? Was that Running Man? When Arnold Schwarzenegger stabbed the guy in the back with the pen?
Wasn't that Terminator 2?
No, I think
someone got stabbed with a pen in Terminator 2.
All right, so what's that one game? What's the one game that you like?
Dollar store freaking
Like, what are the? What
So-
is that thing?
All right, watch how many
What
pieces
is
he tears this paper
what is-
into, and then watch how much shows up.
Did
All
they
right.
just pour the gems into the mother's hand?
Yeah, someone shot a cannon.
mother
Oh, here
had
comes the
a
news guy.
sling?
That guy looks
Walter
like my drunk
Cronkite.
uncle.
He threw it up, and then
That
another.
looks like you. Trunk 3PO makes a cameo.
But wait. So
That
they
reporter
put
looks
the
like
gems-
me.
No,
They
you
put the
said it was
gems in
your
the mother's
drunk
hand.
uncle. I was just making a joke.
Oh,
The mother has a sling on her arm, and she put out both of her hands.
I knew it. I knew there was a flaw in that.
there's a Catholic reference.
It just everything about this movie to me screams that the director just did not give a crap. He's like, "Oh, this is just a kids' movie. Who cares? I'll just slap it together. Nobody will ever notice." Like that's
It's
not how
not
you.
supposed to be nobody will ever notice. It's supposed to be nobody will ever care.
Okay, well, that's not how you're supposed to make a movie.
Well,
I
this
love how
movie made
Sloth
millions.
is
This
staring
movie,
into the
Salty,
sunset.
How would
Yeah.
you make it since we are on the?
Look at that hair. It's like a peanut with like
You know,
hair.
put a little bit of more like
you know, with hair. Like a little
little wisp
green
of
hairs
red
there.
hair on the top of his cone.
That's Indy's next adventure.
Finding one-eyed Willie.
Finding Sloth.
All right, drink one-eyed Willie.
Why are they?
Wow,
Screaming?
look at that special effects. That's pretty bad.
Dude. Where's that boat going? There's nobody on it. What's happening?
It's gonna
How did
crash.
I-
One-eyed Willie's on it,
Like,
dude.
I didn't know it
Come on.
turned.
Sailing off into the sunset.
Dude, but there's nobody in it.
One-eyed Willie's in it.
I gotta stop this music.
Yeah.
I'm done with that.
Right, who cares? Anyways, so I gotta ask everybody. So after
Is that Cyndi Lauper?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is Cyndi
Unfortunately.
Lauper. Yeah, unfortunately.
Or fortunately.
Depends on how you look at it.
Well, at any rate, I would like to ask everybody on the panel and everybody in the chat who is still with us at this time. Thank you all for joining us in the chat, and for everyone on the panel. What do you think of this movie 30 plus years later, almost 35 years later, 34, I think? And we'll start with whoever's crinkling up paper.
That wasn't me, but yeah, that's funny proper.
I'm guessing that's Exaggeration Nation.
Yeah, you would think that, wouldn't you? Is it because I'm black? Whatever. All right. I don't know what that has to do with anything. Not all of my jokes are hits. Sometimes you got to appreciate a 7 to tell a 4 sometimes. I don't know what I'm saying, but whatever. All right. So the movie itself, it just strikes my nostalgia button because that was half of my childhood. I've watched this movie a billion times, and I'll watch it a billion more.
Right.
It is absolute. I can see exactly like where Salty's coming in, that it's a bad movie, to be honest with you. But I think it's more along the lines of what your expectations are in the movie to begin with. If you're looking for realism, you're not going to find it in this movie.
No.
But then again, you won't find that in Avengers. You won't find that in any superhero movie or whatever. It's just, you got to apply yourself to knowing that it's supposed to be goofy. It's supposed to be semi corny in some places or whatever, and just take it for a movie. If you watch it as it's a history documentary, you're going to be disappointed. So I think it just depends on what level you try to watch the movie as, So I don't doubt that it's got all kinds of flaws in it. It's all kinds of corny, but can you watch it and appreciate the corniness?
Absolutely. Anyone else?
I think he said it perfectly just then. That's pretty much spot on as far as I'm concerned. And it's like every time I watch it, I feel like I like it more than I did before. It's not like I ever see anything where it's like, oh, maybe I have been wrong this whole time. And that part right there just really kills it for me. And it's like, no, even after I've never sat down and tried finding all of the things that are wrong with this movie, or even had them pointed out to me like we did here. But after going through it, it's not like it had any effect at all on how I feel about it. So I would say that hopefully I do get to watch it many more times in the future, as I've watched it many times in the past. And you know, I think that I showed my son this movie when he was old enough to start comprehending like a feature length film, probably around 3 or 4 or so. And he loves it now. And it's not like one of those things where sometimes people get this impression of, you know, people like parents putting their kids in that whatever contraption they use in Clockwork Orange, you know, and making them take in the things that they loved in their childhoods. It's more of like, you know, hey, do you want to watch this movie? Yeah. And he sat through it and he loves it now. So it's one of those things that I think is it's going to stand the test of time. And I hope that many more generations get to experience it, because I think it's a lovely film, everyone.
Right on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, if I can give one thing that I actually don't really appreciate about the movie, believe it or not, is in the beginning parts, and this is maybe me coming from a dad or whatever, but also coming from just a critiquing standpoint or whatever, as a funny movie and supposed to be somewhat corny movie and stuff, there is a lot of adult innuendos at the beginning. Like, it's freaking hilarious whenever the penis breaks off of the statue. But you know, how can I show that to my 9-year-old, even 10-year-old daughter, when it's like a really big close up of a statue's penis, and then have to explain what that is to her, what a sexual or a sex dungeon is up in the attic or whatever. Freaking funny stuff to adults. But I'm like, okay, so there's this ultra adult themed stuff going on in the beginning of the movie, only to lead into more kid friendly last part of the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Here's my answer. I was 10 years old when I saw it. I didn't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know.
It is the statue of David, which they could find in most history books. And there's also a 40-foot statue of the real statue of David in Florida.
Oh, I don't doubt that for a second, but they're not zoomed in on his penis.
No, it's like out there. So it's in Orlando, and
I'm pretty sure somebody is going to take that dick off and put it in the Goonies exhibit.
I think I probably would have been around 5 or 6 when I started watching this, and
great idea.
You know, that part it was a silly thing to see happen in the movie, but it never, I didn't find it shocking, I guess. And then as far as like the stuff where Mouth is talking about the drugs or the sexual torture devices, like that stuff went over my head. I didn't find that part of the movie when I was that age to really be, I don't know, anything special. It was just like, oh, he's taking this lady around and saying things, and I didn't really know what was going on. And then it's like, all right, back to the movie after that part's over.
I think you described that particular sequence perfectly, but go on.
No, yeah, and that's how I feel about this one, and how I feel generally about movies that I think kids and adults can enjoy, that are kind of on the cusp, where like some parents, and it's everyone's own decision about what they want to show their kids, but I feel like some people are extremely uptight. And my experience growing up was that my parents weren't like that. And so it really made that kind of stuff not a big deal. Even like horror movies and stuff. It's like I watched horror movies at a very young age. And so I never really had nightmares about scary monsters or anything like that, or never felt shock when I saw a horror film for the first time. Like it was just something I understood to be makeup and effects, and it's just like a movie, just like anything else I watched, just like a fantasy film or what have you.
But to counter that, there were the occasional moments where it was like, okay, this is a little bit much,
in this movie
is not in this movie. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, there are certainly some movies you wouldn't want to let a small child watch, but like I said, I think some movies that are on the cusp that, you'd find in maybe like the PG or PG-13, because I think they played a little more fast and loose with PG back in the day. Like,
there's only one filter between G and R, and that was PG.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah. So I don't think the Goonies would get PG today. I think it would probably be PG-13 if it came out today.
Yeah, because like you know, they said
I don't think
like so many times.
PG.
What was that?
I don't think Ghostbusters would have gotten PG when it came out.
Of course, when somebody called someone dickless, yeah. Yes, this is true. Yes, it's all true.
That was a great segue in that film.
Yeah.
By the way, I have met a real life man named Walter Peck in my life. By the way, I just wanted to let you know that too.
Well, at any rate, Shaun, any thoughts?
Yeah. Was this movie cheesy? Yeah, but it's classic 80s cheese at its best, I think. And you know, it's a time before CGI when everything was pretty much practical effects. And could the director have taken more time to say, okay, well, maybe we should do this scene over again because this happened or this happened? Sure. But overall, it still has like retro goodness attached to it. And it's a part of my childhood. And I think it's still a great film. I think it holds up, even though it is clearly cheesy to an adult.
Oh, it's very cheesy. And speaking of dick, hey, 3PO, what are your thoughts?
That was a good one. I'll give you that one. My dad used to take me and my brothers to breakfast at Denny's, and on the back they always had like a treasure map. So we would like collect them, you know. And like after this movie came out, like we did a lot of that hidden treasure stuff. So it really meant a lot to us. Like it was really cool. And I guess all the cheesiness, we just used it as part of the adventure. Mm-hmm. So we didn't really like study the film and go. And I think why it became such a classic is because we, as kids who watched it, grew up, keep watching it to go relive like what an adventure we wanted to have, like around the playground and being outside and all that stuff with these stupid treasure maps, you know, and things like that. So I think that's just why it was just such a good film for us, because it just helped with our boredom and like gave us more creativity to like to invent stupid stuff that didn't work and defeat bad guys that were bumbling idiots. So,
and to that point, you know, this came out in a time pre-internet. So as kids, you know, we had to do other things to entertain ourselves. We didn't have, you know, movies on demand at the touch of our fingertips to, you know, amuse us and entertain us. We had to find our own adventures. And so I think the audience that the Goonies were actually made for, I don't think it actually exists anymore.
Speaking of children,
actually, I agree with that statement. I don't think they exist anymore. I agree.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
I think that, real quick, if I can weigh in, Jeremy, I know you're going to say something proper, but yeah, on that about that demographic not really existing anymore. I think that the potential for it is it's not, kids aren't really shown this type of stuff. I think when they are shown, it's not that it's so antiquated that they're not going to get into it, but it's like so many parents won't let their kids go out and play anymore. They won't let them get home from school, throw the backpack down and be like, all right, see you, Mom, I'll be back by dark.
And then when the street lights come on, yeah.
But you know, I mean, 1985 is a completely different world than 2019.
Oh yeah.
But I agree, but I think that people have become a bit overprotective. I think because you hear so many more stories now, it seems like the world is a much worse place than it used to be. But I don't believe that people are all that different in 2019 compared to 1985. I think if people were to let their kids go out and roam the neighborhood and have adventures, that the kids would love it and they'd connect with a movie like this. Now, it's just that it's probably tough to find groups of kids in a neighborhood who will go out and have these, not exactly, of course, like the adventures they have in this movie, but who would go out and do the things that, you know, some of you guys were talking about and the things that I did when I was a kid, where you just go out, you walk around the neighborhood, you go to the woods, you build forts, get into all sorts of shenanigans, and then you come home when it's dark. And I think that sense of freedom would probably still resonate with kids today if they were shown this movie and encouraged to get out there a little bit and go try some of this stuff.
Well, you know what happened, and you know what almost re-triggered that again was the invention of the Pokemon Go game.
Oh, yeah.
They were saying that app alone drove kids outside to do more outside than they've had in like the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there was like some crazy stat that it got kids, and now nobody plays it anymore. But I mean, it was just like one of those things.
I still play it.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm the one person.
Yeah, that was really interesting when it first came out. I mean, even I saw like groups of adults like that first summer that it was out, were going to all the spots like every night, and you saw people going out and everyone had their phones, and it was kind of fun to see, but it has dropped off quite a bit.
It was so much played by an adult so much that they had to do an update. So it in the beginning it says, make sure you're not driving your car or something like that, before it lets you play.
Like,
okay.
Yes, and one thing that I wanted to add, I totally forgot it because I was typing something in the chat, but it's okay. Damn, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was not deprived of that kind of childhood. I may have been born in 1995. I'm not ashamed of that. But that being said, I was kind of in a weird. It was kind of a hot spot of I had the technology to do what I needed to do in this time frame. But that being said, I also rode on my bike all the time. I stole like, $400, worth of, things from my parents. Hopefully they're not watching. Oops. And we had energy drinks and whatever. And, we rode our bikes everywhere. And the guy at Dave & Buster's, I think it was Dave & Buster's. No, it wasn't Dave & Buster's. Like, I'm an idiot. No, it was Blockbuster. How did I get those things confused? How did I get those two things confused? Anyways, so going to Blockbuster, I literally had a guy who was like, "Oh yeah, you can't buy this Halloween movie. Halloween. I was a big horror fan at the time. I wanted that movie so bad. The remake, because I already had the original. And he was like, "No, we can't sell it to you. It's R-rated. Can't do that." And I was like, "Well, it's not really R-rated. Look at the back. Look at the back of it." And he's like,
where are you
"What
going
about
with
it?" And he's like, "What about it?" I said, it says unrated.
Huh.
It's not R. It has no rating, therefore there's no rating. So
did you get it?
I think you can get I think that you can get a loophole here. And he's like, "Oh well, I guess you're right." And he just gave me the thing, which, by the way, unrated is worse.
Oh yeah,
way worse.
Oh, way worse. But you know what? The same guy, like a couple weeks later, like almost sold me a GTA game, and I was like, "Oh, Grand Theft Auto, probably not the thing that I want to bring up to my parents."
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, but I mean, we had those kind of adventures too, us millennials. I mean,
I'm glad that you did. That's good.
I did, and I'm very happy that I'm able to connect with everybody here who has had those sort of connections, who have had those, real life experiences away from a tablet. And I think it helped me that my parents were not very rich, like a lot of people in my neighborhood who did have iPhones, and like this gay dude, I don't know why I said he was gay, but you know, he was very gay. He was just like, yeah, my parents have like cable to my phone. And I was like, all right. Why do you have to shove it in my face?
Someone
like, come on. Like, that's the era that I lived in, though, where the kids on my school bus would be watching cable television on their fucking phone. I was just like, what the hell? He's just like, what? You don't have it too? I'm just like, no, of course not. Who has cable on the school bus? Like, if you had to have cable in the school bus, you had to drag a television with an antenna back in the day. Maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm speaking for you guys on the panel, but I'm like, come on. Like, how out of touch are you? I mean, you rich scum. I mean, and I don't care how much dick you suck. Like, it's just, the fact that you are privileged enough to like have cable on the school bus is unheard of. It's unbecoming.
Was he white as well, proper?
Yes.
So white privilege?
Yes. Probably. I don't know. His
white privilege is
straight,
real,
as far as I know. No, but I mean, like, those kind of things were not these kind of adventures. I guess the point of what I'm trying to say is, like, these kind of adventures are not, you know, just for your generation. It's for my generation as well, because I used to ride bikes as well.
Well,
and
unfortunately, it seems like you're the last generation now.
I feel like I am, because, like, honestly, the last thing I'm going to say is that I did once go dumpster diving.
Nice.
Dumpster diving in my elementary school. Because actually, it was not dumpster diving. It was recycling. And they recycle a lot of magazines. And when I was 12 years old, I thought that there would be a few playboys or hustlers there. So
that's funny.
Yeah.
Well, was there?
You have to do what you have to do. And back in the day when the internet was not quite clear and crystal, I just like, I don't trust the internet enough. I'm
gonna back with AOL. You had to wait 4 minutes for a picture to load.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But my school's parking lot, like they just have this here, and we did it for like an hour. But I mean, like, the point.
Dude, I remember when that was like a big deal. Like,
yeah, exactly. When you found a hustler or a playboy,
yeah,
and you're like, oh, this is great. I'm gonna take this home, and you like shove it in your shirt or something, and or no, put it in your pants.
What
words? But the magazine. Well,
but now kids will just they can just pull out their phones. Now kids can just pull out their phones and pull up way worse.
You know, you had to put the Playboy like in your pants so like you don't, you know, or at least in the cup holder thing. You know, like they had in the shopping carts, but you had it on your bike, and you could.
This is going 1,000 different directions.
Yeah. But anyways, the point was you had to get that home because you wanted to be like, yes, I got it. I achieved my goal. You know,
that was your treasure from Oswald Copperpot.
Oh, Jesus Christ, save me. At
all you gotta do is ask, buddy.
Absolutely. At any rate, speaking of Jesus, 3PO, you are a saint for
not even
for what you do to all these kids in these countries. You know, like especially in Haiti and in Venezuela and all these other countries. I don't know how many countries you've been in. You probably have a passport. It's just like, yep, been to all these. But you know what? You don't preface that on your channel, and I won't go on anymore. So to wrap it all up.
Thanks, buddy.
What do you have to say about the Goonies, and what do you have to say about your channel?
I think I already spoke a little bit about the Goonies, but I loved it. And like I said, it really meant a lot for me and my brothers growing up doing stupid stuff. And my channel is just basically Star Wars. I promise I only have 3 Captain Marvel videos there, not 25.
For now.
So yeah, I'm trying to hold back, but she just keeps talking, and it's very hard to. It's very hard. I will say this: John Talks made a Captain Marvel video about me and my Captain Marvel meme on Twitter, and I was like, okay, that's the first. So that's pretty neat, and yeah, that's about it. I try to keep it light because there's enough angry people out there. There's enough people with more knowledge than me. There's enough people. So I was just trying to find my way in the universe of YouTube. So I try to keep it as light and just try to make people smile as best I can. When it comes to the same information that we're all spreading, so
absolutely. And you bring positivity. Speaking of positivity, Salty Nerd.
Oh God, that was.
What did you think about this movie? Because I did not
transitions.
What a segue!
All right.
And also, what do you want to plug as well? I'll give you the floor, bro.
Who do you want to plug?
So since you guys all told your life stories, I grew up too, man. I was a kid too. I had a bike. I had a tree house in the backyard. I grew up in the country. We had a
liar.
I'm sorry. I had adventures. I had an imagination. But you know what else I had? I had a high standard for film. Because these movies that I grew up with that set that standard were movies like the original trilogy for Star Wars, Jurassic Park, all of the original Indiana Jones movies. Like that was when I first heard about the Goonies, I was thinking that's my bar, right? Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park, Star Wars. Like those were the movies that I grew up on. Those were the movies that I watched over and over and over again. So when I watched the Goonies, and I was like, this is not up to that standard. I mean, you've got obvious like cheap production with the bats on the string and other issues that we talked about during the stream. I saw it and I was like, this doesn't look like something that somebody cared about. The director was cutting corners because he knew he was making a kids movie and he knew nobody cared. I'm sure that their schedule was tight because you can only work with kids for so many hours per day on a film set. So,
well, did he think the same thing when he made Superman, that it was just for kids?
I don't know.
All right.
Why are you interrupting me?
You were at the end of the sentence.
That's where I'm coming from when I'm looking at this movie. I'm like, this movie just doesn't hold up for me. And like, I'm glad it holds up for other people. And I'm glad you guys get the nostalgia factor. I totally get that. I get nostalgia for other movies too. And it doesn't, I know that they're not the greatest movies in the world, but I still love them for what they are. I'm just looking at it as like purely as a film movie. I'm like, it doesn't look like something that somebody put a lot of care into. So I'm not a super fan of it.
I'd
love to hear your thoughts on Gremlins sometime.
If I watch it, I will let you know.
That cool.
It's that has anybody like watched like I think it was like Harry Potter or something, when they're like Steven Spielberg's Gremlins and the Goonies, somebody's coming, it's just like,
Are you high?
No, I'm not high.
What are you talking about?
No, I've literally seen, like, I think it's the first Harry Potter movie that was, it's like the Gremlins and the Goonies are so like closely tied together because it's Warner Brothers, And
I think objectively, kid actors typically are not knocking it out of the park in the acting department. So, I mean, there's all kinds of factors that go into it why I'm not really a super fan of this movie. It just doesn't do it for me, man. I can't watch it and I can't allow myself to dive into the story because
what is your least favorite part?
I'm
not kidding you.
It's hard to pick, dude. There's so many choices.
Name one. First one that comes to your mind.
First thing that comes to my mind always when this movie shows up is Short Round with the chattering teeth, the grappling hook.
Saving himself from death.
Yeah, that's the first thing that comes to my head when I think about this movie. I'm like, there's no way. It just doesn't work.
Of course it doesn't work.
It pulls me out of the movie. You know how people talk about like, oh, I got really into this movie. I was in the story. I was with the characters. It let me dive into it. This movie, every time I get a chance to maybe dive into it, it yanks me out with something stupid.
I get that.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of
yanking things out,
yanking things out. Shaun Stackhouse, what did you think? When they yanked it out of your profile.
Anyway,
wow.
Can I plug something? I'm gonna sign off here in a second. Can I plug something real quick?
Yes, absolutely, dude.
Okay. You guys, anybody who's interested, you guys can check out my podcast on iTunes, Spotify, and Stitcher. I have a YouTube channel. It doesn't have all my content on it, but it has some things. And if you want a Captain Marvel free podcast that just talks about movie news, my latest live stream with Proper Jeremy and a couple other cool guys, we talked about all the movie news that was overshadowed by Captain Marvel and the made-up percentage that Rotten Tomatoes has on their website. So go check that out if you guys can. And I've got a jet because I've got kids to put to bed as well. So I'm going to sign off, Jeremy, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I don't mind at all. Well, right. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being the salty nerd that was a salt on our pepper.
No worries.
I'll leave it at that.
It was nice to meet all of you guys. I will contact you on Twitter. Feel free to hit me up if you guys want to do a collaboration or anything.
Awesome. Dude, it was good, man.
He's not as heartless as he leads out to be, but he is healthy.
All right, guys. See you later. Good night, everybody.
Good night,
hey, buddy. See you, man.
I'm gonna have to get going too. I got the UFC on.
All right. Nice. So we're gonna have you wrap up, and I was gonna have Shaun do it too, but I'm gonna do like you and Shaun, and then we're gonna wrap up.
Hey, okay. Can I before he? I know he's getting ready to leave. I don't mean to jump in on your stuff. I want to make sure. Well, actually, never mind. I'm just gonna shut up. Let me let you plug your stuff or whatever because. I'm getting ready to leave too. I'm sorry. I'm thinking 5 steps ahead of whatever I talk.
About ready to leave, so
no
it's
problem.
All good.
Yeah. If anyone listening has not subbed yet, please do so. Our channel basically started out as just a way to put music videos and also our audio up. And then we started doing some comic book reviews and horror movie reviews because both of us in Superdivorce are big fans of all things pop culture and such. So, now there's a daily video, at least one video of some sort. So if you like the sort of jackpot grab bag approach to a channel, you never know what you're going to get. So sub if you're looking for a channel to follow for some fun content of all sorts of flavors, and also please check out our music on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you stream your stuff. Look up Superdivorce. Our newest album was called Action Figures. We're like synth pop, kind of 80s inspired by new wave and 80s alternative and such. And we also have CDs and cassette tapes and vinyl records available at superdivorceme.com. And with that, I suppose I will yield the floor and thank you, Proper Jeremy, and everyone else. This has been fun. And hope to talk to you guys again soon.
Yeah, fantastic. Absolutely. And before you go, Nick, thank you. Thank you for making your channel the home away from home for all the Jeremys. And, for rocking that hair, Jim Henson style,
Thank you.
The beard you can work on, but you know what?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, that's all right. I've got decent stubble right now, so
and
all is not lost.
You can headbang like no other, and I thank you for that.
Well, thank you.
Yes, absolutely. It. And speaking of headbanging, Shaun. You have a lot of.
Where do your segues even come from?
I don't know. My ass, probably. I had a good answer, Shaun, but then
I'm just eating some French fries with ketchup. Speaking with ketchup, hey Shaun, what's it even do with anything?
Well, first of all, Nick sold me on his stuff just by mentioning vinyl, so I'm good with that.
Oh, great! Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said before, the Goonies is just the 80s cheese at its purest. I mean, it's up there with Ghostbusters. I mean, Ghostbusters has its cheese with its graphics and stuff, but it's still a good film, you know. And The Goonies is a good film as well. I think it's a classic for generations, and you know, generations from the 80s on up and generations from here on. I think it's one of those movies that will stand the test of time.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. 3PO?
I agree completely.
Yeah.
I agree completely. As long as there's imagination left in this world, movies like that will always be, they'll always be out. So.
Yep.
And I really hope that Spielberg is around enough to have more movies like, even if Ready Player One isn't the most well received, it still has that Spielbergian imagination.
I loved it. It was a return to Spielberg's fantasy type approach.
Form.
Yeah, and I really, really loved it. I hope Spielberg makes more movies like that in the future. That's what he's best at.
I hope he doesn't take a giant shit on Netflix anymore anytime soon. And speaking of a giant shit, thank you all for joining us tonight. Peace and love to everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.